Welcome to Dubai Games 2026. 4 days of relentless competition, raw determination and unbreakable team spirit at the biggest event of its kind. It's all about one team, one spirit, and this is day 2. My name is Sarah and I'm going to be taking you through the exciting competition we have coming up today. If yesterday set the standard, then we are in for something truly special today. Down here at Dubai Festival City against the breathtaking backdrop of the Dubai skyline, more than 1,700 athletes unite across 5 categories, all chasing one goal: to be crowned the Dubai Games Champions 2026. The energy is building, the stakes are rising, and day 2 starts now. We have an exciting raffle draw from Alpha Tame. You're in for a chance to win this beautiful car from BYD. There are 3 opportunities through the weekend, but first, we're going to head down to Steve and Ahmed, who are down in the arena.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 2 of your Dubai Games 2026, the largest sporting challenge of its kind, bringing together athletes of the UAE and across the world right here in the beautiful city of Dubai. I'm Steve with Ahmed. Ahmed, yesterday was amazing. Day 1. Today, we kick on with the same energy too.
شكرا ستيف. أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم من جديد في يومنا الثاني من ألعاب دبي 2026، حيث التحدي والإثارة والندية والمتعة دائما ما تكون حاضرة في هذا الملعب وهذا الميدان. التحدي الأكبر من نوعه الذي يجمع الرياضيين من الإمارات والعالم في مكان واحد هنا في دبي، في مدينة الإرادة والتصميم والنجاح.
Today promises a lot of different challenges. As always, we're talking about 7 massive obstacles. And also, don't forget, Ahmed, we're giving away a lot of cash prizes. So don't forget that for the champions, we're talking about 500,000 dirhams. For the second place team, 250,000 dirhams. And the third place takes home still a whopping 150,000 dirhams. That's a lot of cash.
مشاهدينا الكرام، تستكمل جولة التحدي الفرق الحكومية للرجال، وتختتم اليوم بتأهل 4 فرق في جولتها الثالثة. مجموعة من الفرق التي تتسابق لحجز مكان في يوم النهائي، نعم، وأيضا يتسابقون على الحصول على الجائزة. مجموع الجوائز في هذه لكل فئات 4 ملايين درهم حاضرة نقدا للفائزين في المراكز الثلاثة الأولى. في كل فئة يحصل الأول على 500,000 درهم، والثاني على 250,000 درهم، والثالث على 150,000 درهم، ما عدا فئة تحدي المدن. فالفائزين بالجوائز النقدية هي من الأول، من المركز الأول حتى المركز العاشر. إذن الجوائز تحضر والجمهور أيضا يحضر، وللجمهور أيضا جوائز أخرى مقدمة من أيضا إدارة فعاليات ألعاب دبي هنا. فالدعوة مفتوحة للجميع، والجميع دائما فائز معنا هنا.
Well, it's time to kick off day number 2 of your Dubai Games 2026. We're live from Dubai Festival City. I'm ready, you're ready too, but for now, back to the studio.
Yes, well, it is heating up down there. We can see the crowds building into the fan zone, getting ready to welcome in our athletes for the government men's heat that is coming up. That is heat number 3. Yesterday, we got to see heat number 1 and heat number 2. Coming up now, let's take a look at what happened. Here's a bit of an insight as our teams headed out to test the obstacles for the first time. I was down there earlier speaking to some of the athletes, and they also kept a keen eye on the competition yesterday. Here was the water challenge. It wasn't easy. This is Dubai Media taking it on. Here we've got one team member heading to the finish after taking the 5 balls. Here's a beautiful overview of our 7 obstacles. 7 times around. Well, they have to go through 7 obstacles, 10 minutes on each obstacle with just a 10-minute break. There was a great view there of the mechanism that allows the wall to drop as the team members make their way over the wall. Here we had where they needed to collect the balls. They were elevated by their teammates, had to collect all the 5 balls and carefully make their way across with every single ball they could have, as we could see the team there bowling that in to knock over as many pins as possible. Young fans all packing in to the stadium. Then the lights went on as the sun went down and we had heat number 2, and it really did heat up. I mean, we had the Dubai State Security take an incredible lead at the beginning, and they continued to maximize that lead as they went through the competition. We did see here on the trampolines they were navigated slightly better than heat number 1, perhaps because the teams had a chance to see their competitors out earlier on in the day. Back on the water challenge here in the obstacle. This is the first time we've had competitors competing in the same field, not sticking in their lane, and we saw a couple of the teams come a cropper. And that is how you finish an obstacle, 5 hands on the buzzer, all at the same time. This one wasn't easy. I've been down speaking to the teams, as I mentioned, and they've picked up some tips. They said we must make sure the weight goes to the back of the sled so that we don't have to pick the weight up over the sled. And here we have the House of Cards making sure that it doesn't fall down, hands well out the way. And we have another team completing that obstacle there. Now we are moving on to the wall. They have to scale over 2 of the spring mechanism walls. That helps bring it down to make it easier for their teammates to get over the wall. And then they had to use Chopstick Tower to navigate the cubes over and out of the top of the tower. Here's one of our teams completing that obstacle. And then on to the water obstacle. This one was not easy. We didn't see any of the teams that we followed yesterday complete this one. This is where we'll hopefully see one of the teams later on today complete this one. But let's see, back on the bowling alley, and we're going to get back into the competition for today. It is the men's heat number 3. Now it is time to meet our teams that are part of Battle of the Government Men's Heat 3. Now let's head down to meet those teams. Ahmed and Steve are waiting in the arena.
And here we go now, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to meet and greet your teams for your Battle of the Government men's category heat number 3. At first, give it up for your Abu Dhabi Executive Office.
أعزائي المشاهدين، الجولة الثالثة تنطلق الآن بمشاركة 28 فريقا في الجولة الثالثة. رحبوا معنا بالفريق مكتب أبو ظبي التنفيذي.
And now let's welcome Sharjah Police Sciences Academy.
رحبوا معنا بالفريق في التحدي رقم 4 في اللاين والمسار رقم 2 أكاديمية الشارقة للعلوم الشرطية.
And next up, get up for your Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security.
يدخل الآن فريق الهيئة الاتحادية للهوية والجنسية والجمارك وأمن المنافذ.
And next up, let's walk in blue, your Department of Digital and Schmine.
رحبوا معنا بالفريق في المسار الرابع في التحدي رقم 4 دائرة عجمان الرقمية.
And now let us move on to your obstacle 5. First off, your Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services.
في التحدي الخامس يبدأ الفريق صاحب القميص الأصفر مؤسسة دبي لخدمات الإسعاف.
And now let's welcome from the capital, Abu Dhabi Police.
في المسار الثاني وبالقميص البرتقالي من العاصمة أبو ظبي فريق شرطة أبو ظبي.
And next up, coming up, your Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure.
رحبوا معنا بفريق وزارة الطاقة والبنية التحتية.
And coming up next, here to go wearing some green shirt. Get up for your Federal Tax Authority.
وفي المسار الرابع للتحدي الخامس فريق الهيئة الاتحادية للضرائب.
And here to go now, wearing maroon shirt, standing tall and proud. Give it up for your Dubai Culture and Arts Authority.
في التحدي رقم 6 وفي المسار رقم 1 يدخل الفريق هيئة الثقافة والفنون في دبي.
And here to come, walking brown but wearing black. Give it up for your DP World.
رحبوا معنا بالفريق بالقميص الأسود DP World.
All the way to course at obstacle number 6 and third team, give it up for your Ministry of Defense.
في المسار رقم 3 صاحب اللقب للنسخة الماضية فريق وزارة الدفاع.
And now walking down the lane wearing orange and tall and proud, your Financial Audit Authority.
وفي المسار رقم 4 فريق جهاز الرقابة المالية.
And next up now, obstacle number 7, first team got Dubai Airport.
وفي التحدي رقم 7 وفي المسار رقم 1 فريق مطارات دبي.
And now, make some noise for your Roads and Transports Authority, RTA.
والآن تحية لفريق هيئة الطرق والمواصلات RTA.
And now here to come Ministry of Education.
يدخل علينا فريق وزارة التربية والتعليم.
And here to go now, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, your Amiri Guard headquarters.
نرحب بفريق القيادة العامة للحرس الأميري.
All right, now let's move on. Next, obstacle 3. First, your Dubai Civil Defense General Command.
نرحب بصاحب لقب 2023 و2024 القيادة العامة للدفاع المدني دبي.
And now here you are, Mohammed bin Rashid, Space Center.
نرحب بفريق مركز محمد بن راشد للفضاء.
Coming up next now, wearing sky blue shirts, is your Knowledge and Human Development Authority, KHTA.
بالقميص السماوي نرحب بفريق الهيئة، هيئة المعرفة والتنمية البشرية.
And coming up next, standing tall and proud, give it up for your Dubai Future Foundation.
وبقيادة سعادة خلفان بالهول فريق مؤسسة دبي للمستقبل.
And here we go, next obstacle number 2, first team, Abu Dhabi Projects Infrastructure Center.
ننتقل للتحدي رقم 2 وفي اللاين والحارة رقم 1 مركز أبو ظبي للمشاريع والبنية التحتية.
And now let's welcome next up your Dubai Police.
كما عودنا بالقميص الأخضر فريق شرطة دبي.
And coming up next, make some noise for your Dubai Finance.
أعزائي الحضور نرحب بفريق مالية دبي.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here they come, wearing your bright yellow. It's your ENEC.
في المسار رقم 4 آخر وليس أخيرا الإمارات للطاقة النووية.
And now, let us move on to your Obstacle 1 teams. Here we go. And first, make some noise for your Fujairah Police.
والآن في التحدي رقم 1 نرحب بالفريق في المسار رقم 1 بقيادة محسن العلي شرطة الفجيرة.
And now let's welcome your Department of Municipalities and Transport.
وبالقميص الأصفر نرحب بفريق دائرة البلديات والنقل.
Walking down next, wearing your light blue shirts, it's your Edgemont government.
والفريق الذي يراهن عليه الجميع بالتيشيرت السماوي حكومة عجمان.
And here we go, walking in the lane, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet and greet your Dubai Customs.
آخراً وليس أخيراً الفريق في المسار رقم 4 في التحدي الأول فريق جمارك دبي.
Well, there we got to meet the teams for Battle of the Government Heat 3 Men's. So much excitement, nerves. These teams have actually had a chance to see what is coming up from today, from what they saw yesterday. Here is a confirmation of all our teams and the obstacles they will start on. They will move clockwise. We will follow them anti-clockwise, starting on obstacle number 7, and we'll have a chance to see every single team in action on one of the obstacles. Moments away from seeing if anyone can knock the Dubai State Security off the top of the leaderboard. It was quite close around the top to mid section of the leaderboard yesterday. Lots to play for. 500,000 dirhams up for grabs here in the men's competition. 4 million total prize money. But first, obstacle number 7, brought to you by Emirat. At the beginning of this obstacle, they need to be able to launch the rope, use some coordination to get the rope up onto the hook to be able to scale across to stage number 2. Teams are down there getting briefed from our obstacle head, Greg Basser. There we see him now, explaining to them exactly what they need to do to be able to complete this obstacle. 5 points up for grabs here, 5 points on each of the obstacles. Any additional points are picked up where they manage to complete sooner in the time cap. Let's have a look how best to complete obstacle number 7. Well, there you have it. Obstacle number 7 coming right up. Let's have a word with Ahmed and Steve.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Here we are at obstacle number 7, of course, sponsored by Emirat. Very exciting obstacle because we're talking about rappelling a little bit, of course, doing a mini zip line, I would probably say, crawling to some rope. There's some water action happening, and the first part is actually really hard. You need to hook a heavy rope with some water in it towards this hook, across the other side, do some deadlift, and a whole lot of action.
نعم ستيف. أعزائي المشاهدين، ما نبدأ كالعادة وعدنا من هنا من التحدي رقم 7 الذي يأتي برعاية الإمارات للوقود. هنا تتحدى الفرق نفسها على العمل الجماعي والقوة البدنية والمهارة. 3 مهارات لازم تكون حاضرة للفريق. يبدأ الفريق برمي الحبل على الهوك المعلق في الأعلى، ومن ثم الانتقال بالحبل إلى الطرف الثاني حيث ينتظرهم القوة البدنية وتمرين القوة البدنية. ديد ليفت، حركة الديد ليفت الذي سوف أيضا تحرك هذا السلم إلى النهاية، ومن ثم الانتقال عبر هذا الحائط إلى خط النهاية وضغط الأزرار، علما بأن ليس هنالك فريق استطاع اجتياز هذا الحاجز، وربما سوف يكون هناك فريق يفك شفرة هذا الحاجز. خلكم تابعين معنا.
Now, let me tell you something, and for all of you watching right now, you see ladder behind us, right, this one. This has to be towards the other side. How will it happen? A lot of heavy deadlifting, of course. More action coming right up right here at obstacle number 7. Back to you, Sarah.
Well, what a place to start. I think this is a bit of a tough one. A lot of physicality required in the deadlift section, and then arm strength. Real utter endurance of the arm strength in section number 3. That is stage number 3. We can see some of the teams here just clarifying a few things, making sure they fully understand. I believe the team on the left in purple is the RTA, and they've just turned around. It looks like they're asking Greg a couple of questions, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Coming up now, we have Dubai Airports, RTA, better known as RTA, Roads and Transport Authority, Ministry of Education, and the Amiri Guard headquarters. 4 teams out on each obstacle, all going at the same time. A total of 28 teams in this heat, 76 teams in the overall category. We have 5 categories. This is Battle of the Government Men's Heat 3. Let's see if we can listen in to what the teams are discussing.
انت بتساعدني، انت تروح الاول. جايز انتوا الاثنين معي ما في مشكله، لكن هاي انتوا الاثنين بتروحوا. واحد منكم راح الاول، واحد منكم بيساعدني، بعدين الثاني بيروح، هذول بيساعدوني، هذول بيروحوا. احنا نساعد بعض وهم اضافه. يعني ما تفرق عشان الوقت. اوه انت روح انا روح، لا انتوا الاثنين واحد منكم يروح الاول. خلاص بس زي شباب هذا عرفتها. اذا واحد تاخر احنا بنتعوض، واذا ميد واي انت حسيت انه في باشا تطلع.
الجولة في المسار رقم 1 فريق مطار دبي، هيئة الطرق والمواصلات RTA في المسار رقم 2، وزارة التربية والتعليم في المسار.
Dubai Games 2026 Day 2 is about to get underway, brought to you with DP World. Wouldn't be possible without our incredible partners. This is the 7th edition of the Dubai Games. It just keeps growing year on year. More competitors, more spectators. If you haven't had a chance and you live or you're in Dubai, make sure you pop down and join us here at Dubai Festival City. Lots to get involved in, lots to watch, and make sure you come down here and really soak up all the atmosphere. I'll tell you what, I have never felt anything quite like the setup down here for Dubai Games, so you don't want to miss out. It's a couple of our teams getting a nice picture, group photo, before they get all sweaty, wet, and whatever else on the obstacles. It is tough out there. It is beautifully sunny here in the winter weather in Dubai. Nowhere else I would rather be. Obstacle 7 coming up shortly. We have 3 minutes 26 left in the break before we get into round number 1. Let's have a look at exactly what needs to be completed through obstacle number 7. So teams will start by getting the rope over and on to the hooks for obstacle 7. We're having a look at all of the obstacles first. This is obstacle 3. Now moving on to obstacle 4, brought to you by Uni Labs. This is where they have to scale the sled up the hill. And then obstacle 5, this is the wet water rafts. 1 ball on each of the 4 trees. Then on to obstacle 6. This is where they need to take the balls, make sure they've got enough of them to get them in the basket to open the trapdoor. And then obstacle 7, this is where we're going to meet them in a moment to start our day 2. That is the full 7 obstacles. They have 10 minutes on each one and a 10-minute break between them. Now, not long left on the clock before Dubai Games 2026 Day 2 gets underway. Up first, we have 4 of our teams. Dubai Airports, they'll be wearing purple. Roads and Transport Authority, better known as RTA, wearing black. Ministry of Education, wearing sort of a greeny yellow colour. We'll take a look in a moment. And the Amiri Guard headquarters, they're in grey. Look out for them in the blue lane. Now, points. 5 points per completed obstacle. All 5 team members must complete within the time cap of 10 minutes. That is all 5 hands on the buzzer. There are bonus points available. For every second they manage to complete before the time cap, that will be multiplied by 0.01 to give them more points. So you have to be accurate. You have to complete the obstacle, but you have to be fast. Then we have bonus points available on obstacles 1, 3 and 4. We'll get into those when we take a look at those obstacles a little bit later on. We'll be getting an update on the leaderboard as the heats get underway, but we won't have a completely clear idea as to where everyone is until we get to see the final showdown at the last obstacle. Here we can see one of our teams. I believe that is Dubai Airports wearing purple. Now we're taking a look at the Ministry of Education wearing the greeny yellow colour. We're going to see they look like they're ready, warming up their legs, warming up the calves, getting ready to see what is in store for obstacle number 7. The first part, the first stage of this obstacle really caught some of the teams out yesterday, trying to get the momentum of swinging the rope up and on to the hooks. You'll see the hook is a little bit unbalanced. There are 4 hooks. If you manage to get it across 2, a little bit more stable. But if you only hook 1, then it sort of hangs down a little bit. Best way is to keep it nice and taut, but we are now 16 seconds away from the action. I can't wait to see if any of the teams in heat number 3 can take on the teams already up the leaderboard. One of those is Dubai State Security, but here we go, 1 second to go. Oh, that looked like a very fast start from our team in black, the RTA, but let's see if the referees ping them. All of our teams now, hands on the rope. Let's see if they've been watching yesterday to work out how best to do this. We have the team here from Dubai Airports in the pink lane. They're trying one team member. That rope is not light, and every time it hits the water, it absorbs more liquid, more weight, making it harder to swing it up. This is where you can really lose or win time that's going to be beneficial later in the obstacle. Good little momentum there. It's all about the swing. Here we have Dubai Airports, great view, trying to get it up high enough. They've done it this time. That is pretty good timing, 45 seconds. Quick glance over to the lane next door. The RTA looks like they've also got their rope up and over. And here we have team member number 1 scaling up the rope. This is how it is done. You've got to go up one side. You can see all the water that's coming out of that rope that was absorbed when they were trying to swing it up. Getting it dropped back down. This is better times than I remember yesterday. Looks like all 4 teams in the background have managed to start getting their team members across. They are moving fast. This is a very good round. Great way to start out here for heat number 3. Good dismount there from the Amiri Guard headquarters. 1 team member over. The tighter the rope is, the easier it's going to be to climb up one side and down the other, and it seems like they've worked that out, keeping it nice and taut, making his way back down for the Amiri Guard headquarters in grey. Got to watch his head there, but good dismount and support from his teammate. We have 8 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock. Now we're back with the team from the RTA. They are getting teammate number 2 across, pretty much neck and neck across the field at the moment. Difficult to see who's in the lead in this heat. Interesting technique being adopted there. Hand out from the team member. This is all about one team, one spirit. This is obstacle number 7, brought to you by Emirat. Good number of team members across there for Ministry of Education. That is 4 members. Their teammates over on the women's side of the Battle of the Government. Ministry of Education won this competition last year. Can the men do it for Ministry of Education this year? We will have to see. This is just the first round. Now 5 of them across and onto stage number 2. This is the deadlift. So Ministry of Education currently in the lead. Looks like we've got 2 team members across for Dubai Airports, 3 across for RTA and 3 across for Amiri, 4 across, sorry, for Amiri Guard headquarters, close second. Now we rejoin a Ministry of Education as they get on the deadlift section. This deadlift helps push this ladder towards the back. Good momentum there, faster than we saw some of the teams yesterday. Great aerial shot there to see what it means to get that ladder across. We've got 3 teams working on the deadlift now. Great transition there from Amiri Guards and Dubai Airports to catch up some time on the Ministry of Education. The ladder needs to go right to the back wall, because you'll see once they scale the wall, they then will need the ladder to get up to press the buzzer. Wow, it is very close between the RTA and, Ministry of Education and Dubai Airports. Great time built on the deadlift section. They're now moving on to the rope wall. They can only touch anything that is the color of their lane. So no using the wall, keeping it in his mouth. Interesting tactics there. We'll see if the referee looks like he's going to ping him on using his arm on the wall. He has said yes. That is the purple team, Dubai Airports, in the pink lane. They're having to take the rope because you'll see they only have 5 pieces of rope. They have to pass them along to put them into the eyelet further along. Ministry of Education lost a little bit of time there, but they have 1 team member up on the wall. The team at the far end in the blue lane, that is the Amiri Guard headquarters. They've just managed to get their ladder right to the back, completing the deadlifts. This is better times than we saw yesterday. 5 minutes 27 left on the clock. Great view here of two of our teams. On the left-hand side, we have the Dubai Airports. 2 team members up on the wall, but they need to share those 5 ropes and get all 5 team members across. Looks like they're going to use a slightly different tactic to what we saw yesterday, taking 2 members across at a time, and then they're going to obviously get the other teams to come over. They're using a bit of more of a spread out technique. Different going on with the team of the Ministry of Education. We can see them on the right. They've got 2 team members currently on the wall. Looks like some communication going on from the team member on dry land. What is he doing here? Using his belt on his shorts to be able to hold that rope. We've also seen it being held in the mouth. Different techniques going on. Now, Dubai Airports on the left. Can they get these 2 team members across? Then how are they going to get these ropes back? Have they thought about this in the latter stages? 4 minutes and 27 left on the clock. We rejoin the Amiri Guard headquarters, the team in grey on the right-hand side. They're also on the wall. This is great progress from our teams out here. Obstacle 7, round number 1, Battle of the Government, men's heat 3. We have Ministry of Education and Dubai Airports battling it out for the lead in this round. However, you can't win just on one obstacle. You've got to be consistent and complete all the obstacles and pick up bonus points or bonus time where you can. We can see on the right-hand side, 2 team members across already for the Dubai Airports. Great progress from them. It'd be interesting to see close up how they are getting those ropes back to the team members. It looks like they've really studied this one and chosen which eyelets are beneficial to have the ropes in. I like this technique. 1 team member going at a time. Referee keeping a keen eye to make sure this is nice and fair. They're having to take a slightly longer stretch, but I'll tell you why this benefits them. When you have all team members waiting on the wall at the same time, they have to hang on for longer, so it's tiring, really tough on the muscles. Perhaps Dubai Airports are giving a bit of an insight now to other categories how to complete this one. The team member who's currently on the wall for Dubai Airport struggling a little bit, but managed to save that fall there. Good bit of scaling on the right-hand side for the Ministry of Education. I think this is their first member across and over the wall. You can see the referee looking over the side. Dubai Airport's last team member deciding to get on the wall now because they're losing valuable time. 2 minutes 44 left on the clock. Do you get your strongest or weakest team member across first? But no one, you're only as strong as your weakest member. Looks like we've got 2 team members across now for the team in black. That is the RTA. 3rd one getting on the wall now. No reason to wait for one to finish. May as well get cracking. If you fall in, you have to swim back to the beginning and go again. So we will rejoin now with Dubai Airports on the left-hand side. Getting under that box, they cannot use anything other than the colour of their lane. It is time for them to start moving on, holding on for dear life. Small ledge, looks like they've got all 5 of them across. This is very good progress for Dubai Airports, quickly scaling that ladder. Get those hands on the buzzers. We need all 5, and they will be able to complete this task. Let's get up the ladder as fast as you can. Every second means points. 1 minute 42 left on the clock. Hands on the buzzer. 1 minute 40 left for Dubai Airports. They complete it. We'll head down shortly and grab a word with them. It looks like Steve is with them in the back end. Maybe we can pick up with the Ministry of Education to see how they're getting on. First of all, we're taking a look at the RTA. They've got 1 member on dry land, 2 on the wall, and 2 still to go. Steve, can we hear from the team from Dubai Airports?
Here we go now. We got Mohammed from Dubai Airports. First of all, congratulations for finishing obstacle number 7. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic feeling. Unbelievable. We didn't see any team completed yet. We are the first team to complete it, and we carry on to push it.
I'm pretty sure that this gives you more confidence moving towards your next obstacle.
Yes, the easy obstacles are coming.
All right, thank you.
It's hard.
Thank you, Ahmed.
عندنا عمر ايضا من فريق مطارات دبي. عمر شو شعورك وانت اول فريق تكسر كل القواعد وتنهي هذا الحاجز اللي ما قدر اي فريق انه يكسر هذا الحاجز؟
الحمد لله والله كان تيم ورك بين الشباب وتفاهمنا قبل على الاستراتيجي والحمد لله نجحت. الحمد لله.
الطيارة اقلعت بتتم فوق في السماء ولا راح تنزل اضطراري؟
ان شاء الله تطلعوا دبي ايربورت اول اب ان شاء الله.
بالتوفيق. إذا هكذا كان حديث لاعبين فريق مطارات دبي الذين أقلعوا بنجاح وما زالوا في السماء.
All right, there you have it. Back to the studio.
4 seconds left on the clock. Ministry of Education here. Disappointing finish for them. They were well out in the lead at the beginning in stage 1. They managed to get 4 team members across, but one failing to make it through. We just saw him drop into the water on his attempt on the wall. Now we're taking a look. One of the team members from RTA. We'll have a look at the scores shortly to see how round 1 finished up. As I mentioned, 10 minutes on the obstacle, 10 minutes a break between, a chance to grab a breather, grab some water, have a bit of a debrief with your team, decide what went well, what didn't, but you don't have too much long to focus on that because they're going to have eyes on the next obstacle any moment now. So just 9 minutes to reset and we'll see the teams head back out. Interesting to see, that team claimed they were the first team to complete this obstacle. We didn't get to see all of the teams yesterday, but they used a very interesting technique, did Dubai Airports. They used the rope on every alternate islet. I wonder if other teams will be watching and adopting the same technique. Let's take a look back at how Obstacle 7 went for round 1. Well, what a start it was out for obstacle number 7. Incredible start. Those teams all really moved fast. To be honest, at the beginning, I really thought we were going to get a few more finishes. They were extremely close. The strongest round we have seen so far out on obstacle 7. And I'll tell you what, Dubai Airports showed us exactly how it's done and how to complete with time still left on the clock. They've locked in some very valuable points to get themselves on the leaderboard. Taking a look now on the deadlift and then the wall rope climb. This is where it gets challenging. Dubai Airports making their way across here. The first 2 team members, and we cast an eye over to the Amiri Guard in grey as they tried to scale the wall. 7 minutes 10 left in the break. Let's see one of the team members just drop off there. Now a closer look to see just how hard those little ledges are to keep your feet on. Not even a foot's width. And one of the Amiri Guard losing grip on that rope. As soon as you get your hands wet, it gets slippery on those ropes. And we've just seen it again there. Not easy, as refreshing as it might be to have a little jump in the water. Here we have Dubai Airports, 5 hands on the buzzer. And they completed obstacle 7. What an effort from that team. Don't forget, if you head down to Dubai Festival City, you have a chance to win a new set of wheels in our raffle draw from Al Futtaim. Coming up shortly, we will follow obstacle number 7 for Battle of the Government Men's Heat number 3. Another quick look at the beautiful car on offer. If you head down and join us, soak up all the atmosphere, lots going on. Tell your friends, tell your family, and come and join us here in the fan zone of Dubai Games 2026. Time to get briefed on the next obstacle. It is obstacle number 6, brought to you by Beyond. can see some of our teams coming around now. They will have just come off obstacle 5. They are moving in a clockwise rotation. We have one of our referees having a quick conversation with that team right now. That is the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure. In this heat, I believe we have the Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services, the Abu Dhabi Police, the Federal Tax Authority and the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure. And before we headed out for the competition today, I managed to grab a few words with the Federal Tax Authority, Abdullah. He told us they have been training all together for 2 months. So not only training physical fitness, they are training working as a team. And here we have the Federal Tax Authority. They were extremely excited. I think we have Ahmed and Steve trying out one of the obstacles.
All right, thank you very much, Cheryl. We are live here at obstacle number 6, sponsored by Beyond, and we're having a good time. You know, Ahmed, first of all, this obstacle is pure fun. Why? Number 1, if you like jumping, if you got some leg power, this is for you. You got to jump, get those cylinders in, get those balls, and if you love basketball, well, this is perfect for you, and I love it.
نفس ما نشوف أعزائي مشاهدينا الكرام في هذا التحدي الفريد والممتع للغاية، نستخدم الترامبلين لأيضا أخذ الكرات، إنزال الكرات المعلقة في الأسطوانة. ستيف جدا مستانس ستيف لأخذ الكرات أيضا ونقلها إلى الطرف الآخر عن طريق المونكي بار، ومن ثم رمي الكرات سترايك or 3
shoot, yeah, shoot those balls in the basket. That's how it is. It's really fun. We're gonna love it.
هو كل الحكايه في هذا على الترامبولين وعلى مهاره الباسكت بول حتى تصل الى النهايه. We have a good time, Steve.
We're having a good time, but you know what? For now, back to you, Sarah. Let's go.
Well, it's great to see you out on the trampoline. That was my favourite element, actually, of all the obstacles. Quite fun. We saw some of the teams finding it tricky yesterday to retain the balance, stay in the right line to be able to get a good hold of the container. Lots of balls inside that container. Let's have a quick look at what's coming up for obstacle number 6, brought to you by Beyond. Well, the main element of obstacle number 6 is making sure you've got enough balls to weigh down the basket at the far end of this obstacle. We're taking a look now at the Federal Tax Authority. I managed to have a chat with them. They are extremely excited. They've been training hard for 2 months, and we have a team captain Abdullah getting ready. Great photo that they're getting there ahead of obstacle number 6. We take a look over now with the team in orange. This is Abu Dhabi Police. We saw several other police organisations competing yesterday in Heat 2. Can Abu Dhabi Police take at least the police bragging rights? Let's see later on. 2 minutes left of the break before they get underway. Now we take a look at Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure. They are wearing the purple coloured t-shirts. First of all, should we take a look at the leaderboard as it currently stands after round number 1? Leading the way is the Department of Digital Ajman. They picked up some bonus points. Wow, lots of bonus points being picked up here. Again for Sharjah Police, again for Abu Dhabi Executive Office in 3rd, and the Knowledge and Human Development Authority, 21.57 for them in 4th place. The Dubai Future Foundation, 21.42 for them, and they're in 5th place, still very close. Great start for those teams. Let's take a look at the mid-section of the leaderboard. Up in 11th place, Dubai Airports, followed by Federal Tax Authority, Dubai Police in 13th, Dubai Customs in 14th, and Fujairah Police in 15th. And here we have the back end of the leaderboard, all getting points on the board, but DP World picking up some potential penalty points there. All results are provisional and under review until all obstacles are completed. that is just an insight into what's to come. That is obstacle 1 completed out of all 7 obstacles. So we have 6 rounds to go, 30 seconds left on the clock until we get underway for obstacle number 6. I am most looking forward to see whether these teams have learnt from what they saw yesterday with heat number 1 and 2 for the Battle of the Government men's, whether they're going to make sure they have enough balls, to have enough weight to put them into the basket at the far end for stage 3 of this obstacle to be able to release the trapdoor to make it through. We didn't see any of the teams complete this one yesterday, but can they do it now? 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds, and they are away into obstacle 7. Quick run to the start for the Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services. Oh, unlucky fall, but straight back up and onto that trampoline. And he's got a good grasp of the container. They need to spin the container to release the balls. We saw towards the back end of yesterday for heat number 2 some very good rolls of the container to release the balls. I've just seen a few balls drop in the back end for Abu Dhabi Police. Got to get the bounce and the balance right first. Probably time to switch up to a new team member. 35 seconds gone on the clock, trying to get his balance. Probably need to get training on the trampoline as well as in the gym for this obstacle. Now changing up, interesting technique, rolling the balls there, pure teamwork from Abu Dhabi Police. They must put the balls into the basket. They've done pretty well to get all of the balls to the far right hand side. Abu Dhabi Police meaning business. Great roll to release 3 there, but is he okay? 5, it looks like he's injured his shoulder. Hope he's okay. We've got medical with him. Thumbs up, and he is back up, made of tough stuff, and already straight back onto the trampoline. I think we've got our trampolinist there for Abu Dhabi Police, making sure he doesn't waste any time. 8 minutes and 42 on the clock. Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services finding this stage a little bit trickier, but let's take a look at the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure towards the back end of this shot. We can see them in purple in the middle. Have they been able to release any balls? Looks like they're struggling. Abu Dhabi Police have now moved on to stage number 2. Great start for them. 8 minutes 17 seconds to go. We can see a lot of green balls left for the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure still in the container, but great start for Abu Dhabi Police here on obstacle 6. Feeling positive that they might be able to make it to the latter stages of this obstacle. A lot of conversation going on here between the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure to decide who's going to go on the trampoline. Perhaps this is an element they forgot to train. When I get a moment to go down into the arena later on, I'm going to ask how many of these teams have been training on a trampoline, or perhaps they all got out quickly last night after seeing what was in store on the obstacles. Good technique there. 2 balls brought across by that member of Abu Dhabi Police. Look at the teamwork, getting the position up on the monkey bars and then placing the balls. Great scaling back. I mean, the police teams have done incredibly well on this element. We saw them yesterday out as well, no doubt part of their training. Don't think that ball will count because it slipped out from between the legs. Referees will disregard that one. Balls have to go into the bucket. Now, on the right-hand side, we have the team from the Dubai Corporation for, I think we have the Federal Tax Authority. I'll clarify that momentarily. The light's gone down a little bit, can't see as clearly. I think it's the Federal Tax Authority, it is indeed. They're making their way across the monkey bars. They've been in the gym training, as I mentioned earlier on, so no doubt this is one of the aspects they've been training, the upper body. Dubai Police moving extremely fast through stage number 2, knowing how important it is to have as much time on the clock left for stage number 3. 6 minutes 29 to go. This is obstacle 6, brought to you by Beyond. And we have the team from Dubai Corporation from Ambulance Services still trying to navigate the trampoline and the canister. Good roll there to release 4 balls out. Looks like they've now worked out how best to navigate this element. 4 balls dropped, but they're struggling to get the final few balls. They don't have to wait for all of them. They can decide to move on, but they will need the weight from the balls. Something you won't be able to see from the TV screen is the balls are different weights. They've managed to release them all, so now Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services can move on to the second stage. The balls are different weights. They look the same, they're the same size, but they are different weights, and the weight comes into play at stage 3. Abu Dhabi Police manoeuvring the final few balls for them through to the second stage, the back end of the second stage. Looks like they've got perhaps 3 or 4 balls left to move on. 5 minutes 22 on the clock. That means half of the time has gone. 10-minute time cap. We can see the beautiful Dubai skyline in the background. We pick up again with Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services on the right hand side, and now with the Federal Tax Authority. They're in the blue lane. They are using a sideways technique to make their way through the monkey bars. That gym training is paying off. On the left hand side, we're seeing Abu Dhabi Police. Looks like they've still got balls in the basket as one of their team members makes his way back to pick up another one. Any balls that drop in the water are being disregarded. Looks like there's 2 balls left for Abu Dhabi Police, and then they can start moving on to the accuracy section, where they need to jump on the trampoline, throw the balls into the basket, and make sure they get enough balls in to bring the trapdoor open. We didn't see any of the teams do it yesterday. Can they do it today? On the right hand side, we pick up again with the Federal Tax Authority. You can see quite a few balls left in the basket for them. We got a nice view there of all the balls Abu Dhabi Police have got available to them for stage 3. There is 1 more ball across. I think just a team member to come across now, and that is correct. They can start moving on to stage number 3. It's getting exciting now. 4 minutes. Can they get that trap door open? Referee has given them the go-ahead. They can move on. Now we get to see the trampoline element. This is not easy. Great aerial shot here, but you don't get to see how high the wall is. You can't see that bucket. You know roughly where it is because you can see the rope that is hanging it down, but you can't see it. So you're throwing these balls over, hoping that it goes into the basket. Have they nominated one particular teammate that is good at getting it in? Accuracy. Looks like they've got 1 in. 2 have dropped, unfortunately. Nominating 1 team member. This must be his strength. We can see the teams in the background that have moved on. I believe that is the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure, also on stage 3. Can either of these teams do it? 3 minutes 10 left on the clock. Obstacle 6. That was another miss there for the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure. Back with Abu Dhabi Police, having a look across. Another ball goes in to the basket. Now he's going again. Really tough to see over this wall. You can just about get a little peek over to work out where it is. That ball going short. You can see about 4 or 5 missed on the floor. They've got 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. They're really going to have to get a move on now if they're going to have enough time and enough weight. Got to keep your balance in the middle of that trampoline. Sadly, another miss there. Referee clearing those balls out the way. Does that one go in? We'll take a look momentarily. It's 2 minutes 24 left on the clock. Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure in the back end, also on stage 3, and I can see the Federal Tax Authority, I believe, have also moved on to this element. Let's see which teams can get enough balls in the basket. Slow movement from Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure. I'm wondering if they've now run out of balls and have no more to throw in the basket to be able to drop it down. Abu Dhabi Police done incredibly well to get enough balls, although they've missed quite a few. There's about 8 on the floor there. Let's see how many they've got left. Taking a bit of a breather. We saw the shoulders drop there on that team member, knowing how important this is. Incredibly close, but just catching at the front end. Trapdoor is half the way open. How many balls have they got left? Perhaps we can have a little peek in their basket. That one goes in. That is crucial for them. Then the trapdoor opens slightly more. Can they open it completely? Another ball off. Misses that one. Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure looking disappointed. They knew they needed more balls, and now they've worked that out in the latter stages. Great aerial view here of our 3 teams that are working on stage number 3 to open that trapdoor. We have the Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services in yellow in the pink lane. That looks like it's a door open. Have they got enough through? Let's get a closer look. That's Abu Dhabi Police in orange, basket down lowest. Here it looks like they've been given the green light from the referee. Moment of confusion. No, they have been told they can progress. 45 seconds on the clock to get to the buzzer. Can they make it? The pace is on, the sprint is on. They are moving. 5 hands on the buzzer. Abu Dhabi Police managed to complete obstacle number 6. That is the first team that we've managed to see complete obstacle number 6. Incredible effort for them. For a moment, I was a little bit nervous. They didn't have enough balls left, but they managed to open that trap door. I think I can see Ahmed and Steve down there. We'll be able to grab a word with them very shortly. 15 seconds left on the clock for our other teams, but it looks like they have run out of balls. Or we have still one more shot going up for the team in yellow, the Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services, but they have run out of time. Last ball going in the basket there. Ahmed, are you with me? What have they got to say? Abu Dhabi Police, incredible effort to complete obstacle number 6.
All right, here we go. Now, of course, we got a finisher on obstacle number 6. Abu Dhabi Police. Captain Mohammed, first of all, congratulations. Talk to us about a technique you used to finish the obstacle.
الحمد لله. يقولون ثاني فريق يعدي حاجز الترامبولين، وتوفقنا الحمد لله. ضيعنا في الحاجز الأول وعوضنا في الحاجز الثاني، وإن شاء الله فانا نتأهل للنهائي.
One follow-up question. What for you was the hardest part of this obstacle?
The trampoline.
The trampoline. All right, Ahmed.
أحمد الشحي هنا من فريق أيضا شرطة أبو ظبي. أحمد، بداية قبل لا نسكن الحاجز كلمة تقولها للعقيد سلطان السويدي الموجود هنا. تحية كبيرة للعقيد اللي يتابعكم، وأيضا توجيهات حاضرة من خارج الأسواق.
كلمة شكر للقادة جايين ويانا من أول يوم، والحمد لله بدعنا، وإن شاء الله باقي لنا 5 محطات وإن شاء الله نفجر.
يعني اللي يشوفك أحمد أنت يعني من القامات القصيرة في الفريق، ولكن قدرت تضع الكرات بشكل ممتاز في السلة. كيف كان السر؟ شو ما هو السر في هذا في التصويب والتدقيق والقفز العالي كنا نلاحظ؟
أي شيء فيه دقة وتركيز وجيمناستيك أنا جاهز، والحمد لله الترامبولين أتمرن عليه من صغير. نعم.
شكلك كنت وايد فوق الجدران يوم صغير، ها؟
وايد فوق الجدران.
يعطيكم العافية.
Thank you very much to Abu Dhabi Police. Congratulations. All right, back to you, the studio.
Abu Dhabi Police managing to complete obstacle number 6, saying it was particularly tricky, especially the gymnastic elements of the course, but they managed to navigate that and have enough balls left. Here we pick up with them as they scale across the monkey bars with the balls within their legs. Here we have the team from the the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure in purple coming across, and then Federal Tax Authority in the green, back with the Abu Dhabi Police as they pop the balls into the basket. They managed to get enough weight in that basket to drop the balls and open the trapdoor, hands on the buzzer, and they complete obstacle number 6. Young fans joining us in the fan zone, getting inspired by our government teams from the men's heat. Now we're having a look again at the tricky monkey bars. Lots of arm strength required here in obstacle number 6, brought to you by Beyond. If any balls drop into that water, they are disregarded and they are lost. We saw here for all of our teams how important it was to make sure you've carried enough balls across. We saw 2 of the teams run out of balls that they couldn't complete dropping the basket. Here a beautiful shot of the overhead of how you need to throw the ball as well as jump on the trampoline at the same time, requiring coordination, bit of strength, those balls are not light, and accuracy to get them in. And that is round number 2 complete. Elation on the faces of Abu Dhabi Police. Valuable points there for them, not only for completing the obstacle, but for doing it within the time cap, so they will have extra points added for completing it in less than 10 minutes. Here we have a raffle draw down at Dubai Festival City to win a car. Make sure you pop down today to be in for a chance over the weekend. We're here, this is just day 2 and it's only just getting started. Battle of the Government Men's Heat 3. We've seen 2 rounds, we have 5 to go. Coming up next we have Obstacle 5, brought to you by Dubai Sports, formerly known as Dubai Sports Council. They went through a rebrand earlier on this year. Exciting news announced with new goals and targets to support sports throughout the community of Dubai. And don't we feel it with events exactly like this, the Dubai Games. Obstacle number 5, this one is interesting. First time we've ever had our teams working across the same field. So they get to crisscross each other. They're not sticking in their own lanes, but we'll pick up with that shortly. Let's take a look at the introduction to Obstacle 5. Well, that is Obstacle 5, brought to you by Dubai Sports. Coming up next, Ahmed and Steve, what's going on down in the arena?
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Here we are at obstacle number 5, brought to you by Dubai Sports. Now, let me tell you something. Me and Ahmed, we love water sports, and that is why we love this obstacle. Now, check it out. Teams have to move those giant balls from the rails onto the raft and put it on those tree hooks right there. It's all about speed, precision, and of course, paddling power too, all the way to the buzzer.
نعم ستيف. أعزائي المشاهدين، في هذا التحدي الجميل، تحدي المياه وكسر الأمواج، في هذا التحدي شاهدنا أيضا سرعة في الجولات الماضية، والسرعة راح تزيد. الرادارات ما تشتغل في هذا الطريق، الرادارات البحرية كلها معطلة في مواجهة الفرق التي سوف تشارك. هذا التحدي تحدي راح يكون معتمد على فك اللغز في بداية الكرات. يجب على اللاعبين فك الكرات من الحلقة، ومن ثم نقل الكرات في الأشجار الأربعة، في كل شجرة كرة، ف4 أشجار 4 كرات معلقة. كيف سيفعلها الفرق بهذه الجولة؟ علما أن فريق الدفاع المدني صاحب لقب نسخة 2023 و2024 متواجد هنا أيضا للمنافسة والاستعادة لقبه الضائع، فسوف تكون منافسة شرسة ستيف.
One team, one spirit. It's all about water sports, action, paddling, all that stuff happening right here at obstacle number 5. That is coming up next. Back to the studio.
Obstacle number 5 yesterday saw some interesting tactics going on. Teams are not allowed to purposefully obstruct each other. We're seeing a bit of a discussion going on here between the Sharjah Police Sciences Academy. They're the team in purple. Now we're picking up with Abu Dhabi Executive Office. They're clarifying a few things with our referee down on obstacle number 5. We'll take a look in a moment at what they need to do to complete this one. 4 balls need to be put on 4 trees, 4 different trees. They don't have their own team tree, they've got to put 1 on each one. They have 2 paddles. We'll take a closer look at the shape of the paddle in a moment, but here are the 4 balls. This is the green lane where we'll see the Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security. I believe we'll call them the residency team. In a moment, taking on lane number, the green lane. Now our 4 trees. 4 balls. 1 ball needs to go on each of those trees. They need to maneuver them 1 at a time. They cannot take 2 balls in the raft. They can put as many team members as they like in the raft as possible. However, more weight, more friction in the water is going to be tougher to paddle it. Plus, they're going to get more water on board. We saw yesterday some of the teams having to empty the raft each time they brought it back to land. They're discussing their tactics now. Let's see if the teams managed to pick up any tips from Heat 1 and 2 that we saw go yesterday, and if they take on a different strategy to each other. Just 1 minute, 6 seconds left on the clock until we get into round 3. Obstacle 5 brought to you by Dubai Sports Council. Perfect one for Dubai Sports Council. It's lots of athleticism required here to paddle those rafts. I can tell you that the paddles are not light. There is weight in them, and you have a different way. There's 4 handles, so you can choose how you paddle them, perhaps like a kayak, or you can just use it as a bit of a pulley to be able to pull the water back to move forward. Here we have our team in blue. This is the Department of Digital Ajman, and they will be heading out shortly to take on obstacle number 5. 20 seconds, referee making sure all team members are behind the start line. Apologies, here are the teams up on the screen. It is the Dubai Future Foundation, the Knowledge and Human Development Authority, Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre, and the Dubai Civil Defence Command. So, over in the right lane, we saw a quick start there from the Dubai Future Foundation. I managed to have a chat with that team earlier on today. Yahya is their team captain. They called him the superstar. And I asked them, are you going to be able to take on the Dubai State Security? And they said, nope, we're going to set our own reference. So lots of confidence there from the DFF, the Dubai Future Foundation team. Let's see how they get on with obstacle number 5. In the orange raft here, we have the Knowledge and Human Development Authority wearing the blue t-shirts, using the paddles. 2 team members in the raft. Oh, we're getting a little bit tight in the channel there. In the blue lane, we have the Dubai Civil Defence General Command. They've opted for 3 on board, 1 to hold on to the ball and 2 to paddle. They ended up getting stuck in the channel with the team from the Knowledge and Human Development Authority and ended up a little bit worse off. Team in green, also in the green lane, that is the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre. They are trailing compared to the other teams. Now, do they decide to put the balls on the trees furthest away first, or do they go for the ones closest to them? Lots of tactics at play here with this obstacle. They are 1 minute 30 into it. We've got 3 teams that are neck and neck. 1 ball already dropped off by the Dubai Civil Defence General Command. That is the team in blue. They ended up worse off when they collided with the team in the orange raft on the way out to the ball, but it looks like they are not letting that happen a second time out. Look at the power required to bring that raft forwards. They are nearly back on land to pick up ball number 2. The balls don't just slide off the railings, they have been made tricky as well. They're little plastic C shapes that have to be maneuvered around little knobbles on the rail to be able to release the balls. The team members that are left on dry land have been doing that while they've been getting ball number 1 out there. Great fast work there from the team from the Dubai Civil Defence General Command. They're heading out now to place ball number 2, while all other 3 teams are neck and neck. Just behind them, heading back to collect the second ball for them. 1 ball needs to go on each tree. Now picking up with the team from the Dubai Future Foundation. They are paddling away. They've gone for 3 members on board. It's working well having 3 on board for the Dubai Civil Defence General Command. Perhaps they've gone for the lighter team members. They've decided to tick off the 2 trees that were furthest to the right from their station back on dry land. Now they're going to be heading back. Will they change manpower? They've had the same 2 gentlemen paddling away so far. Bit of discussion as to which channel they should go through. They've opted for the channel on the left-hand side, but they're having to wait first for the Knowledge and Human Development Authority. They decided to give a bit of a hand to them, pulling them through, but helping themselves too. This competition isn't just against who you're in this lane, in this heat. It's all about how you fare across 7 obstacles with all the points you pick up over the 7 obstacles. They're making their way back now. They are flying. Their technique for paddling is giving them a massive advantage. They have now, oh, it looks like one team member is pushing the boat to help give them a bit of an advantage as they paddle away. Again, 3 team members on board for them. Looks like some progress is being made in the background for the Knowledge and Human Development Authority. They're now back on dry land for ball number 3. Again, getting caught in the channel, this time with the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre, the team in green. Losing a bit of ground there are the Dubai Civil Defence General Command, but they are picking up the pace now. And they're getting chased down now by the Knowledge and Human Development Authority in orange. Great pace there. Unfortunately for the Dubai Civil Defence General Command, they lost some time getting caught in the channel. Only wide enough for one raft to make their way through. Are they going to drop off a team member at the far end? Or are they going to forget to do that? They've headed back. So I wonder what's going to happen at the end. They might just have to do 2 quick laps, helping each other out to get out of the way. Looks like they're pulling on the raft. Wonder if the ref is going to have something to say about that. They managed to untangle themselves. Heading back for ball number 4 now. Ref having a quick chat with them. 3 members on board. Getting very wet up there as well. Getting caught now in the channel again, but this time with the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre. The Dubai Civil Defence General Command seem to keep timing it poorly. Now they're saying let's work together, but the ref is saying that is not allowed. You're only allowed to touch anything of your lane colour. Now they've made their way through. They can go and collect the final 4th ball. And we have up in the top end the team in the pink lane. That is the Dubai Future Foundation. And we're riding back on board. One of the team members holding on to the ankle. They've collected a lot of water inside that raft. Probably advisable to get rid of it. Additional unnecessary weight, but they seem to not mind. They're just cracking on with it and using that incredible arm strength they've got. They are very quick at manoeuvring this raft. Now we're looking at the team in the green lane. This is the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre. They're trying to hold on to the rope to be able to scale their way up. To put that ball up, we have 3 minutes 45 left on the clock for obstacle number 5, brought to you by Dubai Sports Council. That green ball is securely fastened on that tree for Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre. Now, the Dubai Civil Defence General Command in the blue raft heading out to attach their raft. I don't know what they have on that raft, but they are motoring. They've got loads of water on board. They've got 3 team members on board, but they have been flying. Their rafting technique has been ace. I don't know what they've been doing. Perhaps they've been out in Dubai Canal practicing or down on Kite Beach. 3 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. They can now start dropping off some team members. They're making their way to do that, and then they need to sprint back to the start. I think they need to get rid of some of that water on board. No doubt it will be holding them back. They are dropping off 1 team member. Let's make sure they remember to keep the paddles on board. They're going to need those. And they've left 1 team member back on the raft to see if he can go and collect the others. 2 minutes 40 left to do so. Lots of water being brought on board. Let's see if we can take a look at how the other teams are doing whilst he is making his way back to complete. Looks like we've got 4 pink balls on all the trees, so that means the team from the Dubai Future Foundation are now also dropping off their team members. The team in the green lane are the last team to take their final ball. That is the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre. When I had a chat with them a little bit earlier on, they said they kept a keen eye on the competition yesterday. I was chatting to Abdul Rahman, but it looks like they've not picked up any techniques on this one. 2 minutes left on the clock for the Dubai Civil Defence General Command as he goes to collect his 2 team members. Good timing through the channels. No one getting caught this time out. The team in green from the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre now heading out with their 4th and final ball. He has reached the other side. Are they going to quickly get rid of all that water? They are not. They've jumped in. Fresh arms, fresh biceps to paddle their way through to try and complete this. Just 1 minute 28 left on the clock. Can they do this? This is the Dubai Civil Defence General Command in the blue lane, making their way through. They're trying their hardest. some reason they're getting caught. It's not moving forward. Not sure if they have as good, strong as technique as the other team members. We have, it looks like, the Dubai Future Foundation in the back end managed to come out of nowhere to complete that task.
1 minute.
Good technique. We'll have to take a look at the highlights and the replay to see what happened there, but they managed to complete it with 1 minute to go. Steve, let me know once you've grabbed that team. It will be good to hear from them. They managed to do that whilst we were focusing on the Dubai Civil Defence General Command. Have they been able to do it? 42 seconds. Wow, they're trying to now offload the water from inside the raft while we see the team over in the green. The Mohammed bin Rashid Space Centre drop off 2 team members. Celebrations there for the Dubai Future Foundation came out of nowhere to complete with 1 minute to go. 5 hands on the buzzer for the Dubai Civil Defence General Command. 25 seconds left on the clock. We have 2 teams who have managed to complete obstacle 5 for the round 3 of the Battle of the Government Men's Heat 3.
10, 9,
Steve, have you got Dubai Future Foundation with you? Would be great to hear from them.
3, 2, 1. Time.
All right, here we go now. His Excellency Khalfan Belhoul from the Dubai Future Foundation. First of all, great to see you. The men have performed really well. You must be very, very proud.
Good to see you, first of all. You always do an amazing job. I'm really proud of the team and what they've been doing. It's a great start, but we're not even halfway through yet. So we need to keep the momentum, keep the amazing energy, and keep the bonuses going.
Let's talk about the team motivation. What sort of push do you give to your team?
Just stay positive throughout and be supportive no matter what happens. And this is the spirit we have, and I believe we have probably the best team since we've participated. So we're going for Sunday, my friend.
Your Excellency, thank you very much, sir. Here's Ahmed.
مشاهدينا الكرام، سعادة خلفان بالهول اليوم يقود المجموعة إلى بر الأمان. سعادتك مؤسسة دبي للمستقبل كان عندها نظرة مستقبلية استطاعت من خلالها الوصول إلى خط النهاية، يعني المؤسسة في المستقبل.
كل الشكر على جهدك أولا، وسعيدين بشوفتك وأتمنى لك التوفيق. ومثل ما تفضلت الفريق اليوم ملتزم وشاد حيله، ونلعب بالرسالة اللي وجهنا فيها القائد، روح الفريق الواحد، وهذا اللي نحاول نطبقه في المؤسسة وعلى مستوى الألعاب دبي.
اليوم بهذه النظرة للمستقبل، خلينا نسألك سؤال. بالمستقبل هل يتأهل الفريق إن شاء الله إلى النهائي في هذا الموسم؟
والله نحن نستشرف المستقبل بإيجابية، وإذا نمشي على هذه الخطة إن شاء الله بنكون موجودين يوم الأحد.
شكرا سعد.
إن شاء الله. كل الشكر.
All right, thank you very much, His Excellency Khalfan Belhoul, of course, your Dubai Future Foundation. That's all for now. Back to the studio.
Great to have His Excellency Khalfan Belhoul with us and with his team, Dubai Future Foundation. If you follow him on Instagram, you'll see he's been training every single day, always on that treadmill, no matter where he is in the world. But let's take a look back at the best moments from obstacle number 5, round number 3. We can see our teams paddling away. It wasn't easy. The Dubai Civil Defence General Command were doing an incredible job here in the blue lane to begin with, but out of nowhere, behind us, we weren't focusing on them. They came through. It was the Dubai Future Foundation, and they just picked up the pace in the latter stages of this competition. Here we see the celebration from the Dubai Future Foundation, and they are delighted with that progress. But as His Excellency Khalfan Belhoul said, it is not over yet. It's only 3 rounds down. We've still got 4 to go, 7 obstacles. Who is going to top that leaderboard? Picking up now at the beginning of that obstacle number 5, right where we saw the team from Knowledge and Human Development Authority collecting their ball from the dry land and making their way across to pop that on to one of the trees. Interesting to see how this obstacle has gone. As I said earlier on, it's the first time we have seen all of our teams competing across the same field, in that they're not restricted to their own lane. We saw them navigate that quite well. They got caught in the channel. Only one raft can fit through at a time. A lot of arm strength required here. We managed to see who's been in the gym working out those biceps and triceps. You can see the pace that was being picked up by the Dubai Future Foundation in the back end of that shot just there. And here we see where those 2 teams came up against each other in that tight channel, making their way over to the tree, helping each other get around without losing time. And And we can see the team in pink. That is the Dubai Future Foundation putting their final ball up on the tree. Picking up now with the team from the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center as they managed to get, I think, 3 balls across. They were struggling with the 4th and weren't able to quite complete this element of the competition. Back on board with our final team member in the raft for Dubai Civil Defence General Command, and they managed to complete with 25 seconds left on the clock. But here we have Dubai Future Foundation celebrating their win. 1 minute left on the clock. Not only do they pick up 5 points for completing that obstacle, they pick up the time bonus as well. Now time to move on to obstacle number 4 with Unilabs. Here we have our incredible fan zone. Make sure you pop down to enjoy the atmosphere we have going on here. But in the thick of it is Ahmed and Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Here we are at obstacle number 4 presented by Unilabs now. From obstacle number 5 earlier, from number 5, yeah, correct, earlier though, we have some water sports in there. Well, now here at number 4 is stuff from Pure Power, because it's not just about mind games, stacking cars, but also pushing power. So the question is, how strong is your team? We're going to find out.
نعم أعزائي المشاهدين، كنا في الحاجز رقم 4-5 وانتقلنا هنا للحاجز رقم 4 برعاية يوني لابس. هذا الحاجز للعمالقة، هذا الحاجز للعضلات، هذا الحاجز للقوة، قوة الرجل الواحد. 5 لاعبين يجب أن يوحدوا قواهم في دفع هذه العربة بوزن تقريبا ما يقارب ل 200 أو أكثر من 200 كيلو جرام إلى الأقرب، مسافة 30 متر تقريبا إلى الأعلى. من يستطيع الصمود في وجه هذا الجسر سوف نرى من خلال المنافسة في هذه الجولة. ستيف.
Ahmed, you know what's going to happen later on is it's all about stacking cards like Hassle cards, push every level. So it's time to find out what happens right here at obstacle number 4. But for now, back to you, Sarah.
This is a tough one. I was talking to some of the teams a little bit earlier on, and they did pick up some tips from the teams yesterday on how best to place those weights on the sled. But let's take a look at how the scores are looking so far after 3 rounds. Dubai Police out in the lead with a 60.07 and 2 bonus points in the bag for them, closely followed by the Dubai Future Foundation. We got to hear from them a moment ago. 58.46, they're sitting in second place, also picked up 2 bonus points, closely followed by Dubai Civil Defence General Command with a 54.81, 1 bonus point. I tell you what, these teams are picking up the bonus points left, right and centre this morning here in heat number 3. Let's take a look at the mid-section of the leaderboard, where we have in 11th the Abu Dhabi Executive Office. They picked up bonus points in obstacle 4, currently sitting in 11th, closely followed by Abu Dhabi Police, then Dubai Customs and Dubai Finance in 14th with a 38.82. Here we have the back end of the leaderboard, where we have teams 21 through to 28. This shows how far the bonus points are going. Picked up in 21st place for the Federal Authority for Identity, Customs and Port. They even picked up bonus points. Coming up next, we have Obstacle 4 by Unilabs. Let's take a look at what is in store. This is obstacle number 4, brought to you by Unilabs. Our obstacle head, Karen Balbaki, is down with the teams, giving them a briefing of what's to come, giving them an opportunity to ask any questions they have before they go into the 10-minute competition zone. 10-minute time cap to do their absolute best to get points on the board. There is a very exciting feeling about this heat. Bonus points being picked up everywhere. Competitive spirit extremely high. Here we're taking a look at Fujairah Police in their briefing, clarifying a few things, working out how they are going to strategize this obstacle. House of Cards followed by the sled weights. Yesterday we saw some of our teams put the sled weights towards the beginning of the sled, but having spoken to them today, it sounds like that wasn't quite a good idea. So how are they going to strategize today? We're looking now at the Department of Municipalities and Transport. They're the team in yellow. Down here we have the Ajman government wearing blue. And should we have a look to see if we can listen in to the briefing? We're just waiting for the reset between each obstacle. There is 10 minutes on the obstacle and 10 minutes between each obstacle. Lots of conversation happening between all of the teams. Here we have Dubai Customs wearing the sort of greeny yellow colour. If you haven't been down to join us here at the Dubai Games 2026, make sure you do. We'll be here all day today. There is a raffle for a car from Alpha Tame. That will happen at 9:15 p.m. this evening. There is nowhere else you'd rather be than down here, being a part of the atmosphere of the Dubai Games for 2026, brought to you by DP World, all about one team, one spirit. So make sure you get on down to Dubai Festival City to soak up the atmosphere and start the weekend the best way possible. Here we can see the 4 lanes. From that angle it looks flat, but here on this angle you can see the incline. This is where they have to push the sled up the hill, and here we have our incredible fan zone. Yesterday we had thousands of you turn up to support your teams, support anyone else as well who you fancy to adopt as your team, and just enjoy what we have on offer down here at the Dubai Games. We saw some of our juniors pop in as well. We'll see them competing later on in the weekend. They came down to have a quick look at the obstacles to see what they are going to navigate. No doubt some of these teams are busy in the gym doing some last minute training. Well, here we have confirmation of the prize money. Total prize pot across the whole competition, 4 million dirhams, 500,000 dirhams up for grabs here in first place, 250,000 for second place, and 150,000 for third. But do you know what? Bragging rights. Who is going to have that title of the Dubai Games Champion 2026 as their title for the whole year? Well, we've also got a raffle draw on throughout the weekend. That will happen at 9:15 p.m. Make sure you are down here to take part. Have to be in it to win it. So we'll see you down here a little bit later on. Great little view there of what you could be driving away with from the Dubai Games later on this weekend. So much going on down in the fan zone. Lots of bites to eat. Obviously we've got the competition that is going to get intense as we make our way through the rounds. We've seen 3 rounds, we've got 4 to go. We can see Dubai Festival City in the background. 1 minute 15 left in the break. And we'll be getting into obstacle number 4, brought to you by Unilabs. 2 elements of this obstacle. We have the House of Cards, where the teams have to create 1 layer, and then they need to lift up the weights. And I'll tell you what, those weights are not light. They need to lift them up, put them on their sled, push the sled 10 meters. Then they have to go back, put another layer on. Great to see one of our team members there flexing his muscles, showing us what they've got coming up in this obstacle. The atmosphere and the camaraderie between the teams, and even within the teams, this is all about one team, one spirit. But coming back to how they need to complete this obstacle, once they've completed the second layer, they then can take the second weight. 3 weights on the sled, they can push it up to the top and press the buzzer. We saw a few teams complete it yesterday. Can our teams here do the same? They have 15 seconds left to finish their strategies, decide how they're going to tackle this one. 9 seconds, and we are going to get underway for obstacle number 4, brought to you by Unilabs. We have Dubai Customs, Ajman Government, Department of Municipality and Transport, and Fujairah Police. Now, in the blue lane is the Fujairah Police. They are working out how to create the first layer of House of Cards. All of our teams moving a little bit slow here. I think we need to get a move on. Looks like the team in the orange lane, that is Ajman Government, have made the most progress so far. Closer look now at exactly how to construct our House of Cards. 4 towers on the bottom layer with a card across the top to create the next surface. Then in the yellow lane we have the Ajman Government. Oh, sorry, this is the green lane. Apologies, in the yellow t-shirt. This is the Department of Municipalities and Transport. 9 minutes left on the clock. That means 1 minute down. They've got to get moving. Different techniques being used here. Slightly wider spread of the cards. Now we have Dubai Customs on the first weight. Where are they going to place this on the sled? All incredibly vital. They're looking like they're going to push it towards. Are they going to leave it at the front? We saw this cost a few of our teams. No, they're not. They're going to push it to the back end, taking all 5 team members to be able to lift this weight. Just shows exactly how heavy it is. Now they can push the sled to the first section of the hill. Oh, good pace there. Fresh legs, perhaps. Or have they been in the gym working on their sled pushes? That is now in place. The referee has allowed them to return. They are well in the lead. Over in the pink lane, that is Dubai Customs. We are now picking up with the Ajman Government. They've gone for the bonus points. Bonus points on offer for obstacle 1, 3 and 4. This is obstacle 4. Those bonus points are picked up by adding the water canisters to their weights. I would say this is probably the easier bonus points because it's not as time consuming to be able to lift the weights on. You've just got to obviously push the weight a little bit more. Interesting to see the team in the orange lane, that is Ajman Government, look like they've over pushed the sled for the first element, but the referee has allowed it. In the blue lane we have Fujairah Police. They've gone for the bonus points. We can see the water buckets on their sled. They've got that in place. Second weight being picked up for Dubai Customs. We get a closer look now. The referee keeping a close eye to make sure all fair and square as they place that on their sled, making their way back to... Oh, they've been asked to go back and correct something. Oh, push the sled. They forgot that very, very important element. Now they've got to push the sled up to the second level. They are well out in the lead, but they've opted not to go for the bonus points. Have the Dubai Customs team over in the pink lane. Then we're seeing here the team in the orange lane. That is the Ajman Government wearing the blue t-shirts. They've gone for the bonus points. They have put the water butts down onto their weight and they are lifting it up. You can see how much additional weight that is adding and how hard it is to be able to lift them. This is Ajman Government that we picked up there. They're so close to placing that weight on the sled. They did over push the sled for the first section, so making it a little bit harder for them to secure that weight in place. They're having to take it a little bit of a longer distance. Now they've got it on the sled. On the left-hand side, we have the Dubai, we have the Fujairah Police. They've managed to get the second weight on, and with the bonus weight, they've picked up some speed on the Ajman Government team in the orange lane and pushing their sled up to the second section, running back because they know every second counts. We have 2 teams now creating the top layer of the House of Cards. That is the Dubai Customs and the Fujairah Police. Who is going to be able to complete it first? Dubai Customs have opted for no bonus points. They've now got their hands on the final weight as they carry that up onto the sled. 5 minutes 30 left on the clock. We're here with obstacle 4 from Unilabs for Battle of the Government Men's Heat number 3 down at Dubai Games, brought to you by DP World. We can see our team over in the green lane wearing the yellow t-shirts. That's the Department of Municipalities and Transport. They've managed to get second weight on their sled and push that up. Now, this is the team from Dubai Customs. They are ready to put, they're waiting for the final team member, all 5 of them helping to push the sled up to the back end of the hill. They're giving each other encouragement. 4 minutes 51 left on the clock. Can they do it with a significant time available? Every second counts. They've decided not to go for the bonus points, but they've managed to secure that sled at the top of the hill. It's in place. 5 hands on the buzzer for the Dubai Customs, and they complete obstacle number 4, brought to you by Unilabs, with 4 minutes 35 left on the clock. Let's rejoin our other teams as they have the bonus water canisters on the sleds. We can see in the back end the team in the blue lane, that is Fujairah Police. Now back with the team here on the orange. This is Ajman Government. They are navigating how to complete the House of Cards. They need to get one more layer on there and make sure it remains stable. They need to complete one more triangle on the top. There are 4 layers. So they will probably have to put a team member up on the shoulders. But first, we're going to head down. We have Ahmed and Steve, who are joined by the Dubai Customs, who have managed to complete with 4 minutes and 20 left on the clock.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Here with Mr. Mansour. First of all, congratulations. Very fast, sub 5 minutes. Talk to us. How was the obstacle?
It was very hard and it's heavy, very heavy. We was thinking about the bonus time, but we see it's heavy a little bit. So we'll continue without heavy.
Now, one follow-up question is, why did you not take the bonus round?
It was heavy for us a little bit.
So a win is a win.
Yeah, we win.
Thank you very much, Ahmed.
كابتن خالد شفناكم ما شاء الله السرعة ما شاء الله خارقة ما عليكم من رادارات ما شاء الله سريعين
3 minutes
الحمد لله
3 دقائق
بس أبغى أعرف شعورك في آخر 10 متر وشعورك لما ضغطت على جرس النهاية
إحساس بالإنجاز رافع راية الجمارك
اليوم شو السؤال اللي سألته نفسك وانت تتعدى في دفع أكثر من 200 كيلو إلى القمة شو سألت نفسك؟
Light weight, baby!
Lightweight, baby. All right, thank you very much. Back to the studio.
Well, while we managed to have a quick word with Dubai Customs, Fujairah Police have also completed obstacle number 4. They have opted to have the additional weight, so they will pick up the bonus points. Hopefully we can hear from them. We can see another team who've opted for the bonus points, but we can see how tough it is to take that additional weight. We can also see the Ajman Government have completed there in the yellow lane. Now picking back up with the with Ajman Government here, wearing blue in the orange lane. They're making their way up. Apologies, we saw the Department of Municipality and Transport complete. So we have all 4 teams through obstacle number 4 with 1 minute 55 left on the clock. They are looking exhausted. 2 teams opted to go for the bonus points. 6 water canisters on board. I believe we have Ahmed and Steve down with Fujairah Police. They were one of the teams who decided to take the bonus points. Well, we'll hear from them momentarily, but we're just having a look. They've headed back into the shade. That was an incredible effort from the Fujairah Police to also put those canisters off on top of the sled. We've had a record number of teams here in heat number 3 opt for bonus points, and it's been affecting the leaderboard quite significantly. Ahmed and Steve, let's hear what Fujairah Police have to say.
Here we go with Sheikh Hamid. First of all, welcome to Dubai Games 2026. I know you're very tired. Rest for a little bit. Take a breather. Talk to us about the whole obstacle. How was it?
First of all, I'd like to thank all the organizers for organizing such an event. Second of all, I'd like to thank His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid for this amazing event. And it was a tough one, but we got it done. Hopefully on to the next.
Let's talk about your techniques for this obstacle. What was the game plan all along?
I think this was basically just putting heavy weights on the sleds and pushing them all the way. Good communication, hard work, and perseverance.
Thank you, Sheikh Hamid.
الشيخ حميد بن عمار النعيمي طويل العمر اليوم شفناك تعطي تعليمات قبل البدايه الاكسترا ويت هذا الحاجز في اكسترا ويت واكسترا بوينت هل كنتم متفقين عليها ولا تغيرت مع الظروف؟
لا ما شاء الله التحدي مثل ما تعرف العاب دبي منافسة قوية، فلازم انك تواكب التحدي وانك تكون قد التحدي هذا، فتنجبر انك تحط الاوزان هاي الثقيلة انك تنافس الفرق الثانية. اذا ما حطيتها تراك ما بتنافس.
كانت فيها مغامره، خصوصا انه يعني في بعض الفرق خلصت قبل بس ما حطوا الاكسترا ويت، هي كانت مغامره من جانب الفريق.
هو السر في البونس بوينتس، هالخمس نقاط اخر البطوله تباها تدورها، لو نقطه واحده تدورها انت.
حاليا يعني انتم باقي لكم تقريبا 3 العاب متبقيه،
نعم.
كيف تشوف الفريق وكيف تشوف الالعاب، علما ان الالعاب صعبه القادمه؟
والله لين الحين نحن الحمد لله يعني شغالين كفريق واحد، فلازم نستمر على هذا الشيء اذا نبغى نتمع الصداره.
كل التوفيق.
مشكور.
Thank you very much, and there you have it. Back to the studio.
Great to hear how our teams felt taking on the obstacle number 4. All 4 teams managing to complete out this time for round number 4. We have a bit of a recap of what went on there. It was lifting the weights. 2 teams opted to go for bonus points. Picking up here now with the Department of Municipality and Transport. They managed to complete but opted not to take the bonus points. You can see the celebration and the faces of delight, well deserved out here for Dubai Customs. Now looking across at one of our other teams, this was Fujairah Police. Before we started the obstacle, they were having a deep conversation about how best to tackle the obstacle. We have here Ajman government clarifying a few things with our referee. Great to see the spirits are high as our teams take on the 7 obstacles. Using some sand to stabilize the house of cards, much needed, because if it comes down they have to start again, lifting those heavy weights onto the sled. 3 opportunities to take bonus points: obstacle 1, obstacle 3 and obstacle 4. We saw 2 of our teams opt for it here. We had a word with one of our teams, that was Dubai Customs. They said they chose not to because it was a little bit too heavy and they wanted to complete with the time. It is a bit of a strategy decision, because if you complete with time available, that's where you can pick up some valuable points from the time remaining. 0.01 is calculated per second that you have left on the clock. Oh, we're catching here where the House of Cards fell down for the Ajman government. We didn't see that live, but we've seen it just now. And here we see Dubai Customs celebrating their completion of obstacle number 4. 7 minutes left now in the break until we head over to obstacle number 3. Hands on the buzzers for our team in purple. That was Fujairah Police. Coming up next is obstacle number 3, brought to you by Al Ghurg Group. Having a look across at what's to come here, it is puzzles scaling over our walls. Something interesting about those walls I'll get into a little bit later on, but they have to go over the first wall, through the tunnel, over the second wall and in to the Chopstick Tower. Now let's head down with Ahmed and Steve, who are in the arena.
All right, coming up now, it's time for your obstacle number 3, presented by Al Ghurg Group. It's time for a lot of jumping, a lot of leg power, and also mind games, because in this obstacle, you're going to be doing some chopstick work, getting those boxes out of the tower openings, plus unlocking some puzzle and maze like here behind us.
نعم ستيف، مشاهدينا الكرام، هذا الحاجز حاجز فريد من نوعه على اللاعب او الفريق. لازم يكون الفريق اول شيء يحب السوشي، ثاني شيء الفريق لازم يكون على درايه بحركات الباركور والقفز والسرعه، وايضا الحضور الذهني من خلال هذه المتاهه. مهارات مختلفه تجتمع في فريق واحد. ايضا هذا الحاجز يعلن التحدي واكسترا بوينت موجوده في هذا الحادث بالمكعب الصغير والكبير. في حال ايضا نقل المكعب الكبير الى خارج البرج سوف يحصل الفريق على 5 نقاط اضافيه. ستيف.
One team, one spirit. It is almost game time, but for now, back to the studio.
It is almost game time, but first we're going to take a look at obstacle number 3. There's a little insight into obstacle number 3, but we'll get into the details in a moment. Up first, let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Bonus points being picked up left, right and centre. Currently, Ajman Government topping the leaderboard. Bonus points picked up in obstacle 3 and 4. 74.99 is the current score to beat, followed by Dubai Civil Defence General Command with a 72.1. Just one bonus point, which means they've been completing obstacles in record time, followed by Dubai Police with a 70.07. And in fourth, we have the Dubai Future Foundation with a 68.46. 2 bonus points picked up there. Look at those bonus points. They are raining down, right down to 10th place, where we have the Ministry of Education. Now, teams 11 through to 20 just split by 8 points. Heading up the midsection of the leaderboard is Abu Dhabi Projects and Infrastructure Centre, picking up the bonus in obstacle number 4. And the back end of the leaderboard, Dubai Airports currently in 21st with a 46.51. Bonus picked up in third on the third obstacle, but as you can see, the teams at the top of the leaderboard are nearly double points from the teams towards the back end of the leaderboard. Obstacle 3 by Alger Group coming up next. We have 3 minutes 15 left in the break. All of our teams taking on all 7 obstacles straight after each other. 10 minutes break in between. This is an intense competition, a test of teamwork, your mental toughness, your physical strength, how much you have been training. The Dubai Games is a highlight in the calendar every year, so all the teams have been working hard all year, getting ready and prepped to compete this year for the Dubai Games 2026, brought to you by DP World. We are going to be picking up with obstacle number 3. This is Michael Jordan, the obstacle head here, giving a briefing to our teams as they're getting ready. Just having a last few words between them. 7 seconds left on the clock as we head into obstacle number 3 by Alger Group. And away the teams go. Closest to us is the Financial Control Authority in the blue lane. Quickly scaling the wall are the reigning champions, Ministry of Defence. That wall, as you can see, drops down once it has 60 kg on top of it, making it easy for the teams to scale over. Quickly making their way through the tunnel are the teams of DP World and Ministry of Defence. Trailing slightly behind is the Financial Control Authority, and Ministry of Defence taking an early lead. How are they going to fare on the Chopstick Tower? There are 2 cubes inside this tower, a small one and a slightly larger one. First one, they're placing all of their team members up the tower, but they've left one on the bottom. Is he going to be able to get the cube high enough for the team members? Wow, quick work from the Ministry of Defence. Looks like they've been practicing this. The small cube is already on the 3rd layer, as it is for DP World. Little holes inside of the cube to help them bring that cube up towards the top of the tower. You'll see in a moment there is a small hole that they need to pop that cube through. There are bonus points available here on obstacle number 3. It is the slightly bigger cube. I can see the Ministry of Defence have started moving that bonus cube already up the tower. Some smart work there from them. They've been reading up on the rules. We didn't see any of the teams do that yesterday. Can they get the small cube through the hole? And it looks like we've had a drop of one of the cubes from one of the teams in the back end. We'll try and get an update on exactly who that is. Ministry of Defence working to push the small cube through the hole, so they are now in the lead. This is the reigning champions from last year. Closely followed behind is the bonus cube, which is the larger one. We can see over in the orange lane, we have DP World, who are moving the smaller cube up. They are just passing it through to the teammates. I think by the sounds of the cheer in the audience that perhaps Ministry of Defence have managed to secure those bonus points. Good hold there for the team member from DP World, holding on to that cube. Now they've got to slot it through the small hole. There we do have, as I said, Ministry of Defence must have got the bonus points. They're working their way back through the obstacles underneath the tube. Look at this technique they're using to help each other. It's like slick work, as if they've been training for this. Over the second wall, that takes 60 kg to drop that one. And now it's time for the puzzle. You'll see here they have to use the key that's been released to open up the puzzle. And we'll see the other key. It's a great angle here to see the key in the middle. It's the small green ball for the team in the green lane. Then they have to use teamwork and communication to navigate the maze, to release the ball, and that ball will open up the opportunity to have 5 hands on the buzzer. They've nominated who is going to direct the communications. He's saying to the right, to the left, and we have 2 team members on either side of the puzzle. Great direction going on here to work that key through the maze. Now we have DP World coming back across to join them. 6 minutes 18 left on the clock. This is obstacle number 3, brought to you by Al Ghur Group. This is the Battle of the Government men's heat number 3. We saw 2 heats earlier on today. 28 teams competing here in this heat. Every single obstacle has 4 teams across each one. This is DP World scaling their way across the second wall. You can see the key in the hand of the right hand of this team member. He's being directed by the referee of where this needs to be used, and they can unlock the puzzle to get involved as well. In the back corner, we can see in the blue lane the Financial Control Authority. They have just left the Chopstick Tower. I will get an update shortly as to whether they've managed to gain those bonus points. We can see the Dubai Culture working their way to get the bonus cube out of Chopstick Tower. Referee clarifying a few rules here on how they can scale over. This is the reigning champions, Ministry of Defence, making light work of this obstacle. Under and over the walls, they've got the key there in the hands of one of their team members, and they're going to need that to be able to unlock the buzzers. They have now made their way over. We can see the Dubai Culture on the right hand side of the screen in the pink lane, and it looks like it is hands on the buzzer with 4 minutes 58 to go. Completed in half the time by Ministry of Defence. I can see Ahmed down there now with the team. they've got the team member who was directing the puzzle with them, but Ahmed's trying to pick up another one. We'll pick up with those in a moment. Perhaps we'll take a look and see how our other teams are getting on. We can see the team wearing orange in the blue lane. That is the Financial Control Authority working their way back to the puzzle. DP World are stuck into the puzzle. We'll see them in the background. They have now got the key and they're on their way back to press the buzzer. But I'll tell you what, the Ministry of Defense have already pressed that buzzer and we're going to hear from them now.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Here we go, Minister of Defense. We go, Mr. Jaffer. First of all, congratulations for finishing early, though. Let's talk about what sort of technique and game plan you guys had.
It's all about teamwork and communication.
أربع
We need
دقائق.
everything. We all have to be
4
like 5
minutes.
fingers.
What do you think was the hardest part of this obstacle?
We don't know. We still have 2 more to go. So let's see.
We're going to find out.
Thanks.
Ahmed.
Captain Jafar, you did an amazing job in the field with the team. I will ask you about the maze. Look like you know the way without Google Map, without Waze. You know the final destination and you did it very quick. How do you did it?
I just like puzzles. And of course, like everyone, we came here that side to see. You know, like.
And you guys add extra 5 points as well on the bridge. It was so quick.
Yeah. It's all about physics. Yeah. This is more about physics.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Jaffer.
Good luck,
Minister of
Habibi.
Defense. Okay, now we got another team finishing. Here you go. Let's talk about from DP World. Still tired. Okay, breathe. Here's some air for you. Okay, water. Let's have some water, please. Give us some water here. Okay, what's your name, man?
My name is Abdullah.
Abdullah from DP World. Talk to us. Relax for a little bit. What sort of game plan, technique, and ways have you guys done as a team to finish the obstacle?
The plan is to go carry 2 of our friends, then the wall goes down, then the rest goes. The same plan goes and coming back.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was the obstacle?
It wasn't difficult, it was tired. High breath.
All right, thank you very much.
كابتن خليني اكلمك اليوم دي بي وورد تبني الابراج العاليه في اماره دبي وغيرها ايضا من المناطق في دبي او خارج دبي، اليوم طحتوا في اعمالكم الاعمال الجميله اللي انتم تبنونها، اليوم وقفت تحدي بينكم وبينها، برج عالي، كيف قدرتوا تتعاملون مع الشوب ستيك والكرات؟
تيم وورك كنا نتدرب عليها في بطولتين طافوا ودشيناها سنتين ورا بعض، عرفنا ان الشوب لازم واحد يعطي اوامر وتمشي فيها، غير تيم ما تمشي.
شو اللي فرق وياكم؟
تيم وورك.
دقيقتان.
Stay
2 minutes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. DP World, back to the studio.
Really is a test of teamwork as the teams are sharing with us then. Well, we can see our final team making their way over the wall and towards the buzzer. Incredible work on this obstacle. We saw some of the teams struggling yesterday, but the Ministry of Defense, our reigning champions, made light work of this one, doing it in half the time. And we can see there our team from the Financial Control Authority also completing this obstacle. Number 3 brought to you by Al Ghurd Group. Just 1 minute 20 left on the clock. Looks like Ahmed and Steve are going to catch them just as they're catching their breath now with Dubai Culture working their way up over the wall. It's not easy, but it helps when you get some team members on the top to drop the wall. Well, let's go down and hear from the
1
Financial
minute.
Control Authority.
دقيقة.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Here we go with the Financial Task Authority. Now, let's talk about your win here, of course. Finish it. Congratulations. How difficult was the whole obstacle?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Why is that?
Just the tricky thing is the big box, but thankfully we got the bonus point, by the way.
Let's talk about your game plan. How was the technique and teamwork?
It was perfect. We have trained a lot for that, and we have achieved it, honestly speaking. Yeah.
Nice one, Ahmed.
إذا فريق الرقابة المالية أيضا من الفرق التي أنهى التحدي، والسؤال هل نفذ رصيدكم؟
لا لسه مكملين.
عندكم بعد قاعدين تكملون في رصيد.
بونس كمان بونس إن شاء الله.
نبغى نشوف الحماس على أرضية الميدان.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much. Back to the studio.
Well, let's pick up Dubai Culture. Have got 4 seconds left on the clock to press the button. Key is in place. It looks like they've done it with 1 second to go. Congratulations to Dubai Culture, leaving it right down to the last moments there. Well, all 4 teams completed in the 10-minute time cap. Reigning champions, Ministry of Defence, they were wearing red, managed to do it with around 4 minutes 50 left on the clock. They are reigning champions. Yesterday, we saw the runner-up, Dubai State Security, really make their mark on the leaderboard. Will be interesting to see how they go. We've got a few other teams that are faring extremely well so far, but let's go down and hear from the teams in the arena.
In just a second, still made it Dubai Culture. We got Isa. First of all, Isa, how you feeling?
Good. Good.
Okay, let's talk about your team. You made it only 1 second left. Congratulations on that one, but let's talk about your teamwork. What was the game plan?
والله اتكلم عربي. كان عندنا تخطيط شويه ولكن استوت بعض الدربكه اللي في اللعبه ولكن الحمد لله اجتزناها في اخر الثواني. مشينا على التخطيط.
عيسى اليوم فريق يمثل ايضا يمثل الثقافه والفنون في دبي. اليوم كيف الثقافه ماشيه في ظل هذا ايضا التحدي؟ شو الثقافه اللي ضفتها للفريق واعطتك الادفانتج تخلص التمرين في اخر ثانيه؟
نحن كنا متوقعين نخلصها قبل ولكن مثل ما قلت لك في بعض الاشياء شويه اخرتنا كنا بناخذ البونس ولكن ما قدرنا.
ثقافه الفوز موجوده؟
موجوده نعم.
بالاسم ولا بالفعل؟
بالفعل مثل ما شفت هو ثقافه التعاون يهم من الفوز.
نعم. شو بيسوي الفريق في القادم من الاوبستكلز والتحديات؟
ان شاء الله بنحاول نخلص كل الالعاب باذن الله وياك يا رب.
توفيق.
All right, thank you very much. All 4 teams made it back to the studio.
What an obstacle that was. All 4 teams managing to complete it. Let's see how they did that. This is Ministry of Defence navigating the puzzle. Well practiced on this. Look at the communication. Could not have been any better. And here they came through to press the buzzer in record time. There was around 4 minutes 50 left on the clock. Our reigning champions making a mark out here in Heat 3. Closely followed by DP World. And then here we had the Federal Audit Authority pressing the buzzer, and Dubai Culture doing it with just 1 second left on the clock. It was tense, it was thrilling, it was an exciting obstacle. It wasn't easy, but they managed to do it, and I'll tell you what they did extremely well was the back end of the course where they had to navigate the cubes over through the Chopstick Tower. Picking up now with Dubai Culture as they make their way over the wall, which has a spring mechanism to drop away to make it slightly easier once you get at least one team member on top of that. Well, that requires teamwork, as does the Chopstick Tower. Here we're watching the Ministry of Defence push cube, the small cube, through. Several of our teams opted for the bonus points. It has been raining bonus points throughout Heat 3 today. And what an exciting start it has been so far. We have 2 rounds left to go, 5 gone already, 7 obstacles in total. We will take a look shortly at the leaderboard as it stands. We have reigning champions here, Ministry of Defence. Will be interesting to see how they fare. This is the bonus box. We're getting a closer look at Dubai Culture going for those bonus points, and back again with Ministry of Defence making sure those buzzers are pressed down as far as possible, as fast as possible, because any seconds that are left on the clock will count towards points. So not only do you need to navigate the obstacles, you need to complete them in record time. Here the Financial Audit Authority working their way around the puzzle using communication and teamwork to do that as quickly as possible to release the key that is needed. As you can see, it drops out the bottom, and that key is needed to unlock the 5 buzzers. All hands on there, and celebrations all round and well deserved. Coming up next, Obstacle 2, brought to you by Damac. This is where it gets wet. Slippery, slidey, not an easy one. Heavy sandbags need to be carried from one end of the course through to the other. We have all of our incredible team out there resetting the course, and down in the arena, Ahmed and Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Sherry. Here we're at obstacle number 2 right now, presented to us by Damac. So here it gets wet, and you know what? It is going to be very hard. First of all, your first challenge is you got to climb a very steep hill with water falling out of it. So you're talking about a really slippery slope here with sandbags to wedge you. After which you got a zip line right here behind us from that point to right here, up to balancing those sandbags in a scale in front of us, up to the buzzer. Sounds easy, but I'm telling you, it's going to be very, very hard.
مشاهدينا الكرام، في هذا التحدي بالتحديد الوقت جدا ضيق للغايه. ليش؟ عندك 21 ساند باج، كل واحده وزنها 15 كيلو او اكثر، 15 كيلو اذا كانت ناشفه، فما بالك هذه الشنط المليئه بالرمل ايضا مبتله بالماء. يجب ان تنقل ال 21 حقيبه الى المراحل الثلاثه. هي سهله مش مستحيله، لكن الوقت جدا ما يصعب هذه المساله. اذا يجب انك تكون سريع، تخترق جميع العوائق، وايضا ما تبالي بالرادارات، تمشي باقصى سرعه. السرعه جدا مهمه ومفتوحه للجميع. ستيف،
make sure to feel the action right here at Dubai Games 2026. Obstacle number 2 coming right up. But for now, back to the studio.
Well, let's take a quick look at obstacle number 2 in a little bit more detail. Now we're joining our teams back down on obstacle number 2, brought to you by Damac as they work their way through the briefing. This is Caitlin Benstead. She is the obstacle head. Last few questions being asked of the team, from the team, as to how best to complete this obstacle and to ensure they do it well within the rules. I believe this is the Abu Dhabi Executive Office here in green. But before we get into round number 6, we're going to take a look at the scores as they currently stand after 5 rounds. It is an extremely competitive heat, is heat number 3 of Battle of the Government Men's. We have Ajman Government leading the way with a 90.4. They've managed to increase that lead out in round number 5, followed by Dubai Civil Defence General Command 87.48. Dubai Police in third with an 86.28. Ministry of Education made up some ground there from 10th into 4th, and the mid section of the leaderboard headed by ENEC with a 71.11, closely followed by Dubai Airports with a 69.09, all the way down into 20th with 10 points splitting those teams. 1 penalty picked up there by the Department of Municipalities. And here we have the back end of the leaderboard. Even the team in 28th has been able to pick up bonus points. As I said, Heat 3 has all been about bonuses. What is going to happen for round number 6? Out here in the beautiful sunshine in Dubai Festival City. If you haven't joined us yet, make sure you pop down and come and see what we have for offer. The atmosphere is electric. Later on this evening, as the sun goes down, the lights are going to go on and the competition will continue. We're looking now at the Abu Dhabi Executive Office, getting ready for obstacle number 2, brought to you by Damac. Caitlin pumping them up, giving them the last few words of advice on this one. It's wet, it's slippery, it's slidey, it's all about the sandbags. They are not light, they are also in the water, so they get even heavier. And you can see the waterfall is raining down to make sure it's as tough as possible for our teams to get up those slopes. Here we have Abu Dhabi Executive Office in the pink lane, Sharjah Police Sciences Academy in the orange lane, Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security in the green lane, and then we have the Department of Digital Ajman in the blue lane closest to us. 35 seconds left until we start round number 6. All about the sandbags. Here they have to get the sandbags all the way through to the last section of the obstacle. That is stage 3, where the seesaw comes into play, and they need to be able to balance it out. They need all of their sandbags, so no leaving them behind. Referees making sure they all start at the same point, and we have 7 seconds left. Here they go, teams eager to get involved. We can see feet moving forward. They can't wait, arms shaking, and here they go into the water, getting stuck in straight away. Over in the blue lane, Department of Digital Ajman really moving fast. Who is going to be first up on the slope? It's looking like it's Sharjah Police Sciences Academy. They're over in the orange lane. We've got it. Oh no, they've taken their time to load that sandbag on to the shoulder. ICP over in the green lane, progressing well up the slope. Closest to us, we have Department of Digital from Ajman. Got 2 weights. Nice, efficient way to transfer those sandbags. Then they need to slide back down the slope. I would say that's the funnest part of this obstacle. All team members from Department of Digital Ajman using the 2 weight around the wrist technique. It looks like the neighbours over in the green lane, ICP, wearing grey in the green lane, are doing the same. That is 4, now 6 sandbags. Oh, now 8. They are moving fast. Our Department of Digital Ajman. 9 minutes left on the clock, 1 minute down. This is brought to you by Damak. Perhaps we can take a look at the teams in the far lanes. We have Sharjah Police Sciences Academy right up now, working their way up the slope, finding all the sandbags they have in there, made heavier with the water they've absorbed. Can he pick that one up? He's gone for 2, like the other teams we've seen, sliding back down into the water. There is no avoiding getting wet on this obstacle. And in the far lane, over in the pink, we have the Abu Dhabi Executive Office. They are helping each other load those weights on to the shoulder. Different technique being adopted by the Abu Dhabi Executive Office. Sharjah Police Sciences Academy are using the round the wrist for some of their teammates. One of them is struggling in the midsection of the rope. And we're also got a couple putting them up on their shoulder, trying to move as fast as possible. You definitely don't want to be dropping them in the water. You don't want to lose any of those weights. They are going to become important as they move into stage number 3. 7 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock. Perhaps we can take another look at the teams that were slightly taking a lead. I think that was ICP over in the green lane. Here we're picking up with Abu Dhabi Executive Office, making sure he holds on to that weight in the right arm. Definitely doesn't want to lose it. Teammate helping him out. All about teamwork is the Dubai Games. Wow, 5 people on the slope at the same time for the Department of Digital Ajman. They have been moving fast. I believe they are the team that is out in the lead currently for obstacle number 2, brought to you by Damak. And they're doing well. Have they got many sandbags left to pick up? One teammate is heading back down into the water, but looks like he's done it without needing to, so he's trying as fast as possible to get back up to the slope. All about communication, and the referee is allowing them to progress to the zip line. Now, let's see how they take on the zip line. The teams that were heading out first yesterday really struggled with the dismount, because it can get a little bit jolty. You've really got to time the release at the same time. He's just sliding down the zip line now. He's managed to dismount onto his feet, so great technique there from the Department of Digital Ajman. Other teammates getting loaded up with the sandbags. It's all going to be about efficiency. Can they take 2 at the same time? They've got to help each other bring the rope back in to the start of the zip line. Good teamwork there from the team member up on land. We've got another team member dropping the sandbags down. I am loving the teamwork between the Department of Digital Ajman, this team here in blue, also in the blue lane. 2 sandbags making their way now to safe ground on the other end. They're going to need them for the 3rd stage. We can see our team from, let's have a look, they are the team in orange from Sharjah Police Sciences Academy. They are now on the zip line, putting the weights, going for a different technique, putting them around their shoulder and around their neck. And here's our first team member heading out onto the zip line. Last minute switch up there to put the sandbag into his wrist. Still using the double technique are the Department of Digital Ajman, really working well to help each other bring the rope back to the beginning. Bit of communication here causing some delays. Oh, looks like the referee has said the sandbag has got to go into the water. He's not understanding clearly what needs to be done. The rope is being pulled back. Will be interesting to see what happened there for the Sharjah Police Sciences Academy. In the far end, in the pink lane, it looks like the Abu Dhabi Executive Office are yet to progress on to the zip line portion. We'll have to work out what's happened here for Sharjah Police Sciences Academy. They've had to reset right back to the top, whilst we have Department of Digital Ajman making incredible progress here, still using the double technique, really saving so much time with pulling that rope back to their teammates. And we have our team here in the green lane. That is ICP now moving on to the zip line. And we've got two more bags being brought back across. Now we have the Abu Dhabi Executive Office here in green, in the pink lane. They have made their way on to the zip line. They've managed to bring all the sandbags up the slippery slope, and now they need to get them across to the other side. 4 minutes 7 left on the clock here for obstacle number 2, brought to you by Damac here at the Dubai Games 2026 down in Festival City. There is only one place you want to be here in the world, in the city of Dubai, and that is down here enjoying Dubai Games. There is no other competition like it. To be honest, I would love to be down there taking part. Perhaps one year I will be. 3 minutes 43 seconds left on the clock. ICP have lost one of their teammates into the water along with the 2 sandbags he was carrying, so they're going to have to go back to the beginning of this stage at the front of the obstacle. Well, of the stage of the obstacle, apologies. Right, 2 more weights being brought across now by the Department of Digital Ajman. They've had some great coordination going across from the team, now taking the rope back across. They're doing some good times here. 3 minutes 12 left on the clock. Looks like they have 4 weights left to get across. They've got 3 team members to do so. It's an efficient technique to take 2 at a time, because every time they come along at the zip line, they have to obviously take it back to reset it for the next person to go. Abu Dhabi Executive Office here have left one of their weights on the left-hand side. We'll wait for instruction from the referee on what they need to do now, but taking the rope back to their teammates. Looks like the last 2 sandbags have come across for Digital Ajman. They are now progressing to the 3rd stage of the competition, and this is where they need to move the sandbags as fast as possible on to the seesaw and make sure that it is balanced. If you have an eager eye, you will be able to see that the seesaw is not equal and not even. So they have to balance it out, but it's not going to require the same number of sandbags on each side. It's going to be a little bit uneven. They're going for the ones closest to them to begin with, and now they're going for the other end. You'll see the pin has to be within the green section, and all sandbags must be on the seesaw. 2 minutes left on the clock. Can Digital Ajman do it? We pick up the Abu Dhabi Executive Office on the right-hand side of our screen as one of their team members is about to slide down the zip line with those all-important sandbags. And we're seeing how important those sandbags are as we see Digital Ajman on the left-hand side balance out their seesaw the best they can, adding a few weights on to the right-hand side. Communication all over for them to work out how best to do it. It looks like the pin is in the middle. The referee is saying, yes, they're good to go. Let's get a view of them putting their hands on the buzzers. Digital Ajman complete with 2 minutes, 1 minute and 25 left on the clock. So they've managed to bag themselves some very important time bonus as well. Our other teams are still battling it out in the field. This is ICP trying to get their hands on the rope before falling into the water, taking that back for their teammates. And we have a look now at Abu Dhabi Executive Office. In a moment, we're going to catch a word from Digital Ajman to hear how they found this obstacle. They managed to complete with a 1 minute 25 left on the clock. Incredible work from them. Teammate in ICP helping each other out as they push them off through the zip line to put the weights the sandbags into the basket. Now, I'll tell you what, Digital Ajman really showed us how it was done. 30 seconds left on the clock for round number 6 for the Battle of the Government Men's Heat number 3. This is obstacle number 2, brought to you by Damak down here at the Dubai Games 2026. We've got 4 teams out here on obstacle number 2, but 28 across the whole of the field. Fan zone is buzzing. 10 seconds left on round number 6 to pick up some all-important valuable points. Can they do it? Just 1 round left to make your mark on the leaderboard for the ultimate competition of Dubai Games, and that is obstacle number 2. Round number 6 complete. Let's go down and hear from Digital Ajman.
All right, thank you very much. Here we go with Sheikh Rashid bin Ammar. First of all, Digital Ajman finishing first in his obstacle number 2. Congratulations. Let's talk about your team strategy.
Thank you so much. First of all, our strategy was basically get as many sandbags you can, or rock bags you can call them, and just go behind each other without waiting for anyone to go reach the top or slide down. We just went one after the other, and then on the zip line we had like a circulation strategy, so everyone does something, and then I think it worked good.
One thing I've noticed when you were doing the challenges, everybody was just having a good time. You were still smiling. I know it was hard, but does that talk about your teamwork, just having fun out there?
This is basically the whole point of Dubai Games. We're here to enjoy, to have fun. I mean, everyone here is here to compete, but if you're not having fun while you compete, then why compete?
Exactly. Ahmed.
الشيخ راشد بن عمار نعيمي. اليوم الشيخ ما بسألك عن الفنيات، واضح الجاهزية للفريق، ولكن نبغى نسألك التحدي الخاص بينك وبين الشيخ حميد بن عمار شقيقك، كان العام الماضي حاضر واستطعت التأهل، اليوم شو كان التحدي بينكم؟
والله بيني وبينك أنا يوم أشوف السكور وأشوف الشيخ حميد أخوي متقدم أفرح له، وبالعكس نحن اليوم جايين ننافس بعض قبل لا ننافس الباقيين الشباب، لكن ان شاء الله باذن الله نخلص اللعب اللي باقي علينا ونتحدى بعض في الفاينل. ان
شاء الله بالتوفيق الشيخ.
اجمعين الله يطول عمرك.
All right, thank you very much. Now back to the studio.
Sheikh Rashid bin Ammar from Digital Ajman, showing us exactly what Dubai Games is all about. Fun. If you're not having fun, why are you taking part? It's all about fun, but all about teamwork and pushing yourself to the limits. They managed to complete this obstacle in record time. Now we're seeing ICP work their way through the zipline section, unfortunately losing grip there. Taking a look back at the highlights from round number 6. There we have hands on the buzzers for Digital Ajman, and celebrations all round. Back to the beginning when Caitlin was giving the briefing to our teams before they got stuck into 10 minutes of obstacle number 2, brought to you by Damak. We can see Ahmed Sabri there saying hello to some of our guests that have come down to support throughout our fan zone. Now we're seeing our teams get started as the buzzer went, and working their way to take the sandbags up the slippery slidey slope. Lots of the team members opting to take 2 at a time. It was quite an efficient technique. It worked well for Digital Ajman. Now casting our eyes over to the Abu Dhabi Executive Office, the team in green in the pink lane as they work their way up the slope with the bags. Now back with Digital Ajman, navigating the zip line extremely well. 6 minutes 30 left on the clock until we get into the final round of the Battle of the Government Men's Heat 3. We can see the other challenging aspect of the zip line is being able to grab the rope to pull it all the way back in for your teammates to continue. This obstacle has been designed with teamwork completely in mind. There is no other way, and then we saw Digital Ajman balance out the seesaw for stage number 3 of obstacle number 2 to complete. Hugs all round, celebrations all round, and well deserved for the Department of Digital Ajman. Very important points picked up there also with being able to complete within the 10 minutes. So every second will be calculated by 0.01, and that will be added to the scoreboards. Very shortly we'll be able to cast our eyes on that scoreboard to check how the standings are. We have our reigning champions currently in this heat, so we'll see how they fare. Later on today at 9:15 p.m, one lucky winner will be driving home with a car from Al Futtaim in our raffle draw. But to be in it, you have to be down here in Dubai Festival City and look at the incredible backdrop of the skyline of Dubai. There is no city I would rather be in, and no competition I'd rather be down taking part in. As well, here I am as the voice, not competing this year, but perhaps one year. Dubai Games 2026 brought to you in partnership with DP World. It wouldn't be possible without all of our incredible partners. Well, we've seen 6 rounds. Now we have round number 7, obstacle number 1, brought to you by Dewa. Let's hear from Ahmed and Steve down in the arena.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from obstacle number 1. Stephen Ahmed, of course. Obstacle number 1 is presented to you by Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. Now, as you can see, we have a very beautiful setup right here. It's all about arm power. You got to pull your teammates up, move them from one side to the other, pick up balls, and if you like bowling, well, guess what? This obstacle is for you.
نعم ستيف، هو تحدي البولينج وبدأ العد التنازلي ومشينا في التحديات من التحدي رقم 7 إلى التحدي رقم 1 الذي يأتي برعاية ديوا. تحدي جميل، موانع أيضا وثلاث مناطق جميلة. أول منطقة يجب على اللاعبين جمع الكرات المعلقة والانتقال إلى المرحلة الثانية، مرحلة الجسر، وكيف تفتح الجسر وتفتح الطريق لزميلك في هذه الطاولة، ومن ثم الاسترايك لازم يكون موجود. لعبة البولينج حاضرة في خط النهاية.
You know what? I'm very excited. Are you excited?
Of course I am.
There's only one thing left to say. It's game time. Back to you, Sarah.
Well, obstacle 1 is coming up next. It is the 7th round of heat number 3, but let's take a look at the scoreboard as it currently stands. It is still all to play for. All can change in the final round, but let's see who's given themselves a nice, comfortable lead. Out up front is Ajman Government in first. 2 bonus points picked up, a 106.92, closely followed by our reigning champions, Ministry of Defence, 97.71. And in third, we have Dubai Civil Defence General Command, closely followed by Abu Dhabi Police. And then we have Dubai Police right behind, half of a point behind. This is the mid-section of the leaderboard for heat number 3. Lots of bonus points being picked up in obstacle 4 and 3. Good tactical choice from all of the teams to do so. And all the way down to our teams between 21 and 28. Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure with a 67.62 without any bonus points. But we see, in contrast, the Financial Audit Authority with a 67.43 and 2 bonus points. 2 minutes 18 left on the clock. Now we're going to take a look at what's in store for obstacle number 1, brought to you by Dewa. You're just joining us, welcome to the Dubai Games 2026. Where have you been? You want to be down here in the fan zone, as our fans are down here, young and old, being inspired by our 1,700 athletes who are competing over the 4 days here in Dubai Festival City. 7 obstacles have been carefully worked out and created here for the Dubai Games in its 7th edition. It gets tougher and tougher every year. More and more teams are taking part as well. Now it is the round number 7 for the Battle of the Government Men's Heat number 3. We have Abu Dhabi Projects and Infrastructure Centre, Dubai Police, Dubai Finance and ENEC taking part in obstacle number 1. brought to you by Dewa. This is one of my favourite obstacles. Really requires teamwork in stage number 1 to elevate your teammates into the centre of the pool, and then they have to collect all 5 balls. 28 seconds left on the clock. This is their last opportunity to get those all-important, valuable points. Here in green, wearing green, in the green lane, we can see Dubai Police representing their authority colours as well. Good choice of colour and also good choice of lane. Now in blue we have the Abu Dhabi Projects Infrastructure Centre. Great view over the top of what the teams have in store. 2 seconds to go and we're in to round number 7, obstacle 1, brought to you by Dewa, who is making a quick start here. It looks like Dubai Finance in the orange lane have got all of their teammates on the ropes, as have ENEC, who are down in pink, and who can get their teammate who is going to be elevated in the middle. No doubt you'll choose one of the lighter teammates. Dubai Police making some good progress in the background. Now first ball being collected here by ENEC, and moving across to the second ball. Lots of communication required as teammates need to release enough slack on the opposing line as the one where they are being pulled in tighter to be able to get closer. 5 balls need to be collected here. At this point they can hold on to the balls in the nets, but for stage number 2 they need to release them. On the right hand side of our screen we have Dubai Finance in orange in the orange lane. They have collected 1 ball so far, 2 balls collected for ENEC, who are wearing yellow. Now we are with the Dubai Finance as they're trying to move closer to ball number 2. Dubai Police have collected 2 balls, trying to work their way to the 3rd one. In the background I can see Abu Dhabi Projects and Infrastructure Centre have gone for a slightly more elevated technique for their teammate. Lots of arm strength being used to hold them up. You can see communication from Dubai Police asking to be moved closer and closer to the next ball. He's got 3, definitely don't want to drop them in the water because you cannot retrieve them once they've gone, and you need every single ball for stage number 3 where we get into the bowling element. You have to knock down 10 pins and an opportunity for a bonus point out here on obstacle number 1. Now we can see all the teams working away at stage number 1. No one has yet picked up 5 balls. 2 minutes has gone. 5 balls has been picked up by the team in yellow, which we have is the Dubai Finance. They have now got to hook them on the red hooks. They're pulling them in. Fast progress to pick up those final 3 balls. Now hooking them on to the red hooks. There we go. Have to do it as fast as possible to save as much time as possible. 7 minutes 37 left on the clock for round number 7 of heat number 3. And he's hooking them on. Now, once they've got all 5 on, they can drop their teammate from the elevated area and take them out of the netting. Let's see how quickly they can do that. It's done. He's asking to be dropped off as fast as possible. 7 minutes 14 left. It looks like Dubai Police have also collected all 5 balls. We have the Dubai Finance. They have only been able to collect 3 so far. This is ENEC here in the pink lane wearing yellow. They now move on to the second section. Teammate has jumped into the midsection as quickly as possible. Now he's got to hold on to all 5 balls as they pick up their teammate to hold the rope and release the trapdoors so they can make their way across. 6 minutes 36 left on the clock. This is obstacle number 1 brought to you by Dewa. Now they have 4 balls on. Have they got number 5 in the middle? We've got the ENEC moving forward now, carrying their teammate. They must be very, very careful not to drop any of the balls into the sand, otherwise they will be gone forever. Good technique being used here. Now he's going to pull down, make sure he doesn't lose all of the balls. Now working forward, doesn't want to fall off the platform, got to keep it balanced. And he's moving, got to grab hold of that rope to pull the trapdoors. We'll get a better look at the trapdoors in the moment. You can see he's casting his eyes on them to check they're down, which allows the teammates to progress forward. Good progress here from ENEC, closely followed behind now by Dubai Finance. They were one of the teams to pick up the final 2 balls in the first section last, but they moved on to stage 2 very quickly. Nice technique to hold on to the balls. In fact, I think he's left 2 of the balls behind. They've decided to move on with just 3 balls. Is that going to cost them later on? Dubai Police still collecting their final balls, but over in the pink lane we have ENEC. They are now on the bowling. We can see the far end of those 10 pins. I can tell you those pins are not light. I went and picked them up myself just to see how hard it would be to bowl them down. Now, you might think bowling is easy to go out on a Saturday night with friends, but I tell you what, you've only got a small window to bowl this ball down. What is the technique they're adopting here? Okay, through the legs, using some ingenuity and launching that ball with a lot of power. That is 7 pins down with ball number 1. Interesting, using their teammates to make sure they can elevate themselves up to be able to bowl this ball. They've worked that out really well. Now picking up with Dubai Finance, who are on the bowling section as well. Dubai Police making their way across the bridge area. And is this going to work? Final 3 pins are down, and they have, I believe, 2 balls spare for the bonus pin. This is where they can pick up bonus 5 points, 4 minutes 20 on the clock, but they also get a time bonus for as fast as they finish. Very tough to pick up this bonus point. They have to roll it all the way along. Change of team member as they use the same technique. Getting on the back of each other. I mean, this is the epitome of teamwork to get in a better position to be able to launch this ball through. You can see him taking a couple of deep breaths, composing himself. 5 bonus points on offer here. He's unfortunately missed it and the ball has gone down. So now they're going to run as fast as they can, get to the buzzer to get as much time saved left on the clock with 3 minutes and 43 to go. ENEC have pressed the buzzer for obstacle number 1, managing to knock down all the pins. Looks like our other teams have perhaps run out of balls. Dubai Police now making their way through slow and steady, but ensuring they have all balls available. They are now ready to move forward, offload the balls. Let's have a look how many they've managed to bring across. I believe it's all 5, so they will now move on to the bowling element. But before we see how they tackle that, let's go down and hear from ENEC.
All right, here we go now with the Emirates Nuclear Energy Corporation. We got Frederick. First of all, congratulations for finishing obstacle number 1. Let's talk about a game plan.
Obstacle number 1, we obviously everyone came to watch the games before and previously, so we did our planning. One crucial thing that we didn't see the teams did is what we tried yet to get more leverage on the rolling balls. We coordinated, have good teamwork on the harness, and luckily the lifting the one of our team members wasn't too difficult.
You're talking about your teammates now. Let me ask you, how proud are you of your teammates?
Hey, we've been doing this for 3 years. It's a brotherhood. It's not a team now. It's a brotherhood.
Brotherhood. All right, there you go, Ahmed.
الياسي ايضا من فريق الطاقه النوويه. اليوم الطاقه ولا المخ ولا العضلات؟ تعال هني.
اليوم كل شيء اجتمع الحمد لله بمكان واحد. التيم ما شاء الله كلهم اشتغلوا على يد واحده. اشتغلنا على الاخطاء اللي كانت تواجهنا السنه الماضيه وحاولنا نتلاشاها، ولله الحمد تلاشيناها ووصلنا اللي احنا فيه حاليا. الله يوفقنا ان شاء الله، وننتظر الليدر بورد. صراحه نحن على احر من الجمر حاليا.
على فكره الليدر بورد هو الحاجز رقم 8، تتفق وياي ولا لا؟
صح اي والله، هذا اقوى حاجز، هذا اقوى.
يلعب باعصابك.
اي والله، بس لا كفو على الجميع الصراحه، ونحن الجميع فايزين. مشاركتنا هنا بهالبطوله هذه تعتبر فوز لنا.
كل التوفيق.
وياك.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Now, let's all scream. One team, one spirit. One team. Back to the studio.
Well, ENEC, Emirates Nuclear Energy Corporation, completing in record time. Not picking up the bonus point, but I'll tell you what, we just saw Dubai Police. Massive jumps as they go through to press the buzzer do Dubai please. Big hugs, massive celebration. They took their time, but they managed to pick up that bonus point, and they had 1 minute 20 left on the clock. What effort there. Slow and steady does the race. We heard from ENEC. They said it's a brotherhood. It looks like it's a brotherhood here for Dubai police as well. Let's catch a word from them.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Here you go with Patrick from Dubai Police. You guys did the bonus. How does that feel?
Oh, awesome, awesome. Really happy.
So let's talk about your game plan. Was the obstacle number 1 hard for you? Because y'all look like really fresh. You look not too tired about it. Let's talk about the game, actually.
I mean, we were hyped, so that's help. And we have awesome audience there, support from Dubai Police, so what can we do?
Awesome, congratulations.
كابتن عبد الرحمن كابتن عبد الرحمن اليوم شرطة دبي تقبض على البونس في هذا التحدي.
أشياء تمرنا عليها مو بصعبة علينا أبدا، متعودين دوم نخلصها ونروح.
الليدر بورد حاليا ما بعد الحاجز الأخير والليدر بورد متوتر. شو حاس؟ كيف راح تتقبل إذا صعدت ولا إذا لازم الله ما حالفك الحظ؟
احنا ما علينا من النتيجة عند رب العالمين. نحن اللي علينا نسويه مستوى طيب ونخلص. النتيجة مو بشيء مو بيدك أنت.
كابتن الفريق فاضل ضاغطنكم ولا شو وضعه معاكم؟
ما في نفس فاضل في الدنيا.
حبيبي شكرا عبد الرحمن.
Thank you very much. There have it. Back to you, Sarah.
Great to hear from Dubai Police, who managed to pick up the all-important 5 bonus points, as well as completing the obstacle for obstacle number 1. Brought to you by Diwa. We're getting a wonderful shot now of our fan zone. If you're not down here, I mean, there is nowhere else you should be. This is the Dubai Games 2026, brought to you in partnership with DP World. We have just seen the conclusion of the Battle of the Government men's heat number 3. We're going to shortly see the final leaderboard for this heat, but we've had a total of 76 teams battle it out across the 3 heats. Let's first take a look back at the highlights from obstacle number 1, brought to you by Diwa. We saw ENEC here making their way, collecting the balls. They moved extremely fast through stage number 1. Now picking up with them as they make their way across the bridge to the bowling alley, using a new technique we saw adopted. They said they came down yesterday and they've used a bit of ingenuity to be able to elevate themselves at a higher point to be able to bowl down the 10 pins. There we have hands on the buzzer. And again for Dubai Police. Dubai Police, though, picking up the bonus point on the bowling challenge. Bonus points available on 1, 3 and 4. Now down to the arena. We'll close out with Ahmed and Steve.
All right, so there you have it. That was heat number 1 for today. In total, heat 3, of course. It was fun. It was great. A lot of action. But, of course, the big question is, who wants it most? We're going to find out soon who makes it to the finals. Ahmed, it was a great session today. Great challenge. And also tonight, we're giving away a brand new car. Now, prize given at 9:15.
أعزائي مشاهدينا الكرام، بهذه الطريقة تنتهي الجولة الأولى من أيضا جولات التحدي والفئة، فئة الرجال للفرق الحكومية. بهذه الطريقة التنافس كان جميل ومفاجآت وأيضا كسر للتوقعات. كنا متوقعين يعني الفرق، ولكن فرق أخرى أيضا وضعت كلمتها. الليدر بورد والنتائج راح تلعب لعبة الكراسي. كلنا منتظرين الحاجز رقم 8 وهو النتائج والليدر بورد. ونذكر جمهورنا الكريم بوجود سحب على سيارات مقدمة من الفطيم موتورز، وأيضا في تمام الساعة 9:15 مساء للجمهور القريبين من إمارة دبي، وبالتحديد من دبي فيستيفال سيتي. التوجه ربما تكون سعيد الحظ وتروح اليوم بسيارة. I can't wait maybe to see the lucky guy who will walk to the home by fantasy car.
Well, we're going to find out who's going to win tonight. So if you're watching right now, come down to Dubai Festival City, get a piece of action right now. We're going to see you again later on. For now, heat number 3 is officially out. See you later.
Taking a look back at round number 7, obstacle 1, brought to you by Diwa. Here were some of the top moments we managed to capture from our teams that took this obstacle on as their last final obstacle for heat number 3 in the Battle of the Government. This was ENEC working their way through to collect the balls, back over with Dubai Finance in the orange and Dubai Police in the green. Incredible progress from all of these teams. Here we have Dubai Police completing the collection of 3 balls, using teamwork communication to work their way through this stage, and then into the second element of obstacle number 1, where they need to use all of their strength to elevate their teammates up to release the cable. We'll take a look at that in a moment, where they grab onto the rope. Here we see the strength required to pull their teammate into this end. This is Dubai Finance, and back with ENEC. Good technique being used here. Looks like they came down and studied all of the obstacles yesterday and used some creativity to take on the tasks. There we have the rope being pulled down. This is where I mean they need, oh, good save there. It nearly all went wrong. Good save from ENEC to be able to drop the trapdoors so they could move on to the bowling here, knocking down 7 pins with ball number 1. Unfortunate for Dubai Finance, that ball didn't manage to knock down any pins. We saw a new technique being adopted by ENEC, and they attempted the bonus, but they couldn't quite get it. Hands on the buzzers with around 4 minutes left on the clock. And over to Dubai Police, who did manage to knock all the pins down. Look at that strike. And then they managed to get the bonus, and all 5 hands on the buzzer to close out a very successful round number 7. Well, that is heat number 3 concluded for Battle of the Government men's, and are all 3 heats closed out. We have seen 76 teams in this category compete so far, and what a start to Dubai Games it has been. Standards have been set, we've seen the obstacles, and we have a lot more to come. Don't go anywhere. Later on today, we will be back with the community, Battle of the Communities. So much more in offer. If you haven't been down to Dubai Festival City, I hope to see you down here later on. My name is Sarah, and I'll be back with you shortly.
With nothing to say, you're everything I wanted to